Hey, happy Juneteenth, everybody. Happy Monday to you from me. I hope you all had a great weekend this weekend. For all you dads out there, happy belated Father's Day. Hope you had a great day. And for all you single moms, happy Father's Day to you as well. It takes all kinds to raise kids, guys. And I know the deal. It is so great to be back with you guys. Today, I missed you guys this weekend for sure. Today, guys, as you see, University of Idaho, surprise. I have some questions, some things I saw over the weekend. I definitely got some questions, as you probably would too. We're going to talk about it right about now. Let's get the show on the road. Boom. Yo, what up, everybody? Hey, happy Monday, happy Juneteenth. It's a holiday, federal holiday. Banks are closed, all the important places are closed. So here we are. Hopefully, some of you guys got days off of work for this, whatever it is, or whatever they do on this day. It is an important holiday, folks. It's about the end of slavery. That is something that is definitely important, you guys. It's great to be here with you guys. I hope you guys all had a wonderful weekend. I hope you guys all had a great Father's Day for all you fathers and single mothers out there. All of that. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I missed you guys. It's great to be here with you guys, as always. Start the week off correct, guys. With my family, and that is what it is. Thank you, Miss Brandy. Let me see who we have joining us today in here. Looks like Miss Leah Story, or Leah, however I'm saying it. Welcome. Good to see you. Tracy, welcome back. Tina B, welcome. Good to have you here. Kim Marin. Again, guys, if you don't mind, I love seeing it. I know I ask you to do it all the time, and you guys do it all the time. You don't have to. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I love seeing that, guys. It's a great thing to see. The lovely Miss Heather, one of my amazing mods. Welcome, Heather. Good to have you here. Good to see you. Commercial Zone, good to see you. Chief, welcome back, my friend. The lovely Miss Carolyn Osmiller, good to have you here. Leah, that's one of my favorite songs. Leah, by Donnie Iris. Yes, great song. Pappy Man's in the house. What's up, brother? Chicago's in the house. Hey. Michigan's in the house with Miss Kells. Good to see you. Kansas 997 from Kansas. Good to see you. Again. Aaliyah. Yes, Jeff. It's a great song. I love Donnie Iris and the Cruisers. I really do. Cammy Q. Good to see you. Not the Cruisers. Donnie Iris in general. I just like the band. Busted Flush. I love it. St. Pete Beach, Florida. Awesome. Good to see you. Patty Barnett. Welcome. Good to have you here. Jinx 13. Shout out from somewhere in Lafayette, Indiana. That's awesome. Gemini 65 down in the Florida area. Molly Drake, the lovely Molly Drake, one of my other amazing moderators. Good golly, it's Miss Molly from the Potato State, folks. Cammy Q, again, Danielle, great to see you. Lynn 69 from tropical Dorset in the England, United Kingdom. That is amazing, absolutely amazing. It's me, is it? Because it's me too. Massachusetts in the house. Melissa D from PA. Good to have you. We're neighbors. Crime Beat with Leanna. Hello, Dago, and everyone from Cleveland, Ohio. We got another Buckeye in the house. I'm in Ohio too. Good to see you. That's awesome. That is awesome. Let me see. Miss Alyssa McGrath. Great to see you. Yes, I did, my dear. Yes, I did. Let me see. Jennifer S. Awesome. Good to have you here. P. Fox from Illinois. Great to have you. Pam Frenchman. The deep in the heart of Texas. That's so great. My brother Mikey, always happy to see you, sir. Down in Florida, Vix Logic is from London, England. That's amazing. Again, Miss Heather is from outer space, everyone. Just so you know. The Doozer Do. Hello from Western Washington State. Good to see you. Miss Brandy, the OG, raised in crappy Ohio, just like me, but she lives in crappy Arkansas now. That's awesome. Canadian true crime buff. Ontario, Southern Ontario, Canada. Great to have you here. Jameson from Georgia. Great to have you here. What a peach. It feels like Monday. It sure does, Daisy. Good to see you, Daisy Dead. Let me see. Renee Meyer, another Ohioan. Awesome. Ohio's on the map today, that's for sure. Let's see. T2014 listening in from Nova Scotia. That's awesome. Miss Brian Paulus from Kentucky. We're neighbors. Again, Angie H. Hey, from Oklahoma, she says. Hey to you. Sue. Hello, Dago, and everyone tuning in from East Tennessee. Amber Milby, another Ohioan. I'm telling you guys, we're putting Ohio on the map today. Kib Kitty, good to see you as well from Canada. I love that song too. Leah likes our music here. That's a fact. Let me see. Cammy Q says, nope. Tracy in the UK, England. Awesome. Good to have you. Let me double check here. Again, like I said, Pappy Man is tuning in from Chicago in the house. That's right. Evie Marie, sunny Michigan. It is sunny today. It's hot too. V. Oakley, Florida Space Coast. There you go. Adam, stand by the jams. The UK. We got our UKers. You guys stand by, I should say, because I got something for y'all tomorrow we're going to talk about here in a minute. Bernadette Thomas, I'm new here from PA. We're neighbors. Hey. Again, we got Miss Jennifer from Missouri. Commercial zone again. Let me see. Chief, good to see you. Mandy Joe, my dear, good to have you. Emancipation Day in Texas because, slow AF here. Absolutely. Welcome, Mandy. Good to have you. Vix Logic is Sir Wilberforce. Okay, I'm not sure what that is, but okay. Sudi Basic, good to have you here. Good to see you. You had a parade this morning in your little town. That's awesome. It is Juneteenth, everybody. Happy Juneteenth to you, that's for sure. Jinx 13. Hey, what's up? Good to see you. Unpolluted. Let's see. Vicky Young, welcome. Good to have you here. We do know where Miss Kim is at in Buffalo. Yay. Let's see. We're open at the Dago Cafe. Yes, everybody, the door is open. The open sign is on. Welcome to the True Crime Cafe, all of you guys. Anybody that's new, it is so great to have you here. Miss Carolyn Osmiller, Joseph Mayoris. That is me. That is me. Only my mama calls me that when she's angry with me. So I don't know. She may be in here too. Who knows? Let's see. Let's see. Shattered Dimensions. Good to have you here. Pam Frenchman. Good to see you. David Clayton. Welcome, brother. Good to have you here. Strike first, strike hard. Little brother, it's great to see you. Let me see. Who did I miss? And our friend CJ from the Evil CJ show. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Guys, if you have not yet, check that show out. Please do. I've been over there a couple times this past week. It's a great, great group of people just like in here, and a great show, guys. Check it out if you would. Somebody could drop the link for that, guys. Please show some love. If you have not done it, subscribe over there, and I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed. Jennifer S., welcome. Good to see you. No Chains in the house. What's up? What's up? Good to have you. Good to see you. Also, we got, let's see, D Smalls. Happy Monday to you as well. Tiff Annie. Good to have you. I love the name. Can we talk about UOFL IT guy? We can talk about that. Absolutely. Firefly. Good to see you again. Welcome. Welcome. Mudman. Welcome back. Good to have you. Good to see you. Let's see. I think, nope, not yet. Not yet. CL, welcome back. Good to have you here. Canadian True Crime Buff again. Good to see you. One Made Nut, my buddy Eddie. Good to have you, brother. Always happy to see you in here. All right. I think we're getting to the end of the list, folks. We got a lot of peeps in here. Miss Natalie B, my dear. Good to see you. Rowdy, welcome back, brother. Jeff H, good to see you, brother. Jam along, my friend. Jam along. It's a pretty cool song. I got decent taste in music, I'd like to think. A couple good songs. I like them. Did I get everybody? P. Fox, I did get you. Evie Marie, I did get you. Angie H, yes, I did. Lovely Miss Brandy. Tammy Lynn from Taiwan. That is so awesome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to have you here. Peaches 81's in the house. Good to see you, Miss Lisa. Welcome back. Good to see you. KC, my darling. Welcome back, dear. It's great to have you. What do we got? What do we got? Did I miss anybody? Sean BZ, good morning to you. Nina V, good to see you. And she's starting the day off with a super sticker already. Can't go wrong there. Thank you so very much, Anina, we appreciate that. That is what keeps us going, folks, because this is 100% crowdfunded over here. Y'all pay the bills for y'all's channel. This channel is for you guys. From me to you. That is why I do this. So thank you guys for that so very much. Keeps the internet running, keeps StreamYards running, and all the other little things we got to do to make this stuff happen. The equipment things and pieces of this and that. I appreciate it so very much. One moment, guys. Let me try to get this thing up running too. Here we go. Let's see here. All right. Again, thank you so much, Anina. I appreciate that so very much, my dear. Welcome to all of you amazing meatballs. Thank you all for jumping in the sauce with me today. We're going to spill a little. I promise you that much. Dark Horse Justice, welcome. Good to see you from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Hey. We're going to be in your neck of the woods coming up later this week. That's a fact. T from Illinois. Welcome. Good to see you. Absolutely, Jeff. Never a problem. Just Jinx 13. Yes, we are hitting that up this week, guys. I will be talking about that here in a minute. Astrid Parker, welcome. Good to see you. I think I got SRBs in the house. Good to see you. Yvonne Montez, welcome. Thanks for joining us today. Thank you. Miss Cece, the sweetest lady on the internet. Another one of my awesome moderators in the house. Good to see you, Cece. We missed you. Melissa D, welcome. Good to have you. Mike Mingo from New Jersey. Hey. Welcome, my friend. Good to see you. We got the Jersey Shore in the house. Meatballs, all of it. Susan Russo, Central Florida, welcome. Good to have you, dear. Marina Girl, welcome. Good to see you. Again, Listen with Grass. I think I said something, but welcome. Golf Inspector General. Hey, what's up? Good to see you. It is always nice to see you guys. Susan Seidel, welcome. Good to have you too. CL, I think I said it, but I'll say it again. Lisa O, welcome back. Good to see you. Vicky Young from Lexington, Kentucky, watching you. Thank you so much, Vicky. We love you. Thanks for joining us today. Excuse me, folks. So yeah, Sheldon wins. Good to see you, Susu. Welcome back. Nat Cat from South Africa. Hey, good to have you here. Mudman, take me to outer space. Just ask Miss Heather. She'll do it. Shadow Dimensions, great to see you, brother, in Oregon. Thank you for joining us today. Crystal, hey, what's up, sis? Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Danielle's in Michigan. We are neighbors. That's right. Dues are due. Good to see you, Sarah Sweetness from Minnesota. Welcome. Good to have you. Miss Valerie from Switzerland. Hey, that's awesome. Great to have you here. Miss Susu says she's from Tennessee. Tuesday's Child. Hello and happy Juneteenth to you as well. David Clayton, my brother, good to see you from London. That is amazing. Crime Beat with Leanna, again, from Cleveland. That is so great. We got a lot of Buckeyes in here today. That's awesome. We're putting Ohio back on the map, folks. I'm telling you. It is great to have you here, Sheldon. Thanks for joining us, brother. It is such a pleasure to see all the new people in here. Always happy to see new subscribers. I hope you guys enjoy yourselves and become part of the family, folks, because that is what this is. We are a big, old family, folks. We watch each other's backs, and we talk about some crime, folks. And I've seen some other things floating around over here on the other side that I can't keep up with. Let me double check this. It looks like Cammy Q is gifting some memberships. K-Dub was gifted a membership. Reba, Little Turn. That's awesome. Thank you so much for that, Cammy Q. Somebody else was doing it too. Cammy Q gifted 10 memberships. Hey. We got some new family members in the house. That's so very awesome. Thank you for joining us. We got new meatballs, everybody. Come on in. Sit down. Float around in the sauce with us. Somebody else was gifting some memberships up here. I saw earlier too. If I missed it, I'm sorry. I'm trying to go back there and find it. Looks like Jinx13 dropped a $2. I can't find it though over here. A $2 super chat. Thank you so very much for that, Jinx. I appreciate you so very much for that. That's a fact. I can't find it to put it up though, because I think I need to slow the chat down, folks. Give me 1 second here. It's rolling way too fast. 1 second. Again, guys, today I have some questions that I want to ask. Welcome, April Stoll. Good to see you. Michigan29. Good to have you as well. There's some things I've seen over the weekend that I have some questions about. Some other creators have done some great shows in regards to this, and I'm curious now about this, okay? Dolphin 517, it is great to see you. Thanks for joining us. Anybody else that I've missed thus far, my apologies. Cammy Q, you gifted those memberships. I am so thankful for that, and welcome for all of those of you new members. It's great to have you here. Welcome to the fam, guys. We got 281 amazingly beautiful people in here, guys. We broke it. We're 100 likes and up in that algorithm. Thank you guys for that. Red Riding Hood's in the house. What did you miss? Nothing. I am so sorry that I didn't see you. Soapy, welcome. Good to have you. Carrie Pajula, thanks for joining us today. It is hot today, guys. It really is. Yes, it is. It's going to be 90 here today. Lori Johnson, welcome. It's good to have you here. Anina with the $2. Thank you for that again, Anina. I appreciate you so very much. All right. Anything I missed, if you can catch it, moderators, I appreciate it because I can yell it out there. I didn't mean to miss it. Jeff, my friend. Coffee's on Jeff today, guys. Hey. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate that so very much. Pros playing dirty games, not the defense. Prosecution has been. Amen. Miss Molly. You flooded my email, but no, I know, honey. We're going to talk about it. Welcome, Kelly Coker. Good to see you. I appreciate that. And I have the best subscribers, too. You guys are amazing. I appreciate you guys so very much. More than you guys know. Absolutely, CJ. No worries, brother. I appreciate you listening while working. KT, it's welcome. It's good to see you. Welcome. Good to have you here. Again, thank you, Jeff, my brother. I appreciate that. Miss Kim Marin is celebrating her 8-month anniversary with this channel. Thank you so much, Kim, for the loyalty and for being here. We love you so very much. Samantha Terry, hey, good to see you. Chick Antiques in the house. Welcome, Chick. Good to have you. So, guys, we're talking about this today. I'm going to be changing things up a little bit, folks. Gina Marie, hey, Canada's in the house. We're going to be changing things up this week just a little bit per request in some senses, okay? Tomorrow, I spent a couple days over here with Mr. CJ on the Evil CJ channel. Pappy dropped 5 new memberships. All right, Pappy. My brother, I appreciate that so very much. Welcome to those new members that Pappy funded the membership to. We appreciate you. Thank you again, my friend Pappy. It's great to have you here, brother. And welcome to all the new members as well. Catherine Christensen. Thank you so much. Miss Pamela from the UK. Stay on tap. That's a team member we have, guys, that works with us over in the UK. Pamela's an amazing person. She's a retired police officer and does a lot of stuff for us. We're going to need you tomorrow, Pamela, because we have something new we're working on. Well, not new. We're going back to. For those of you that are interested, I hope you're all here for this. So there's a case we worked a couple months back. We really delved into it, and that is the Nicola Bully case out of the UK. It's a very sad story for those of you that are not don't know a lot about it. This lady was said, welcome, Melissa D. Good to see you. That she fell into the River Wire, sorry, however you pronounce it, and disappeared. And was missing for a period of time and then appeared back in the water. And a lot of our team here does not believe that's what happened. I feel that there was foul play involved in some sense and that she was put back in that water. So we're going to revisit this case tomorrow, okay? Upon request and some conversations that were had over with CJ's channel. We're going to jump back into that tomorrow. Same time, same place, same dago. We have a couple other people may be joining us, which would be amazing. But we need to do a checkup on it. So the case is going cold, guys, and there's still no real answers to it, in my opinion. They said that it was an accident, basically. She fell in the river, and then she appeared. I don't believe this. There's some new things on it. We're going to look at it. Absolutely, CJ. I appreciate you too, brother. We also have another case, guys, that we're hitting. I don't know if it's going to be Wednesday or Thursday. Tomorrow, we're doing the Nikki's case. We're going to heat that back up a little bit. And then probably Wednesday or Thursday. Welcome, PPR. Good to see you, Dustin. Thanks for joining me today, brother. Wednesday or Thursday, we're jumping back into an old cold case, guys, from 2016. It's called the Flora Four. It was this very, very horrific, sad case. 4 children lost their lives back in 2016 in a house fire. It's still unsolved, folks. It's horrific. It brought me to tears, as well as I almost vomited when I learned this case. Being, retired from fire service as a fireman, I have some issues with the way this was handled, and I don't like anything about it. So we're going to be jumping into this one on Wednesday or Thursday. I can't decide for sure. I would love to have you all here to help me with this. There's a lot of crazy things going on, and we need to put this out, okay? We need to put this out because it's unsolved. This mother lost all 4 of her children in one night, and it's horrible. It is absolutely horrible, and I talked to some people last night and promised them that we were going to do something about this, and I'm really going to do something about this, folks. I'm going to be making some phone calls to governmental people and looking into some people, as we already have been, and making a difference with this and making something happen, because it is absolutely disgusting to me that it has just been let go and there's no answers to it. It was ruled as an arson. Somebody did this on purpose, and 4 children lost their lives. I'm not good with that, and I'm not going to be good with that. So we're going to be doing this at all. Any information, Jinx, that you have I mean, we got quite a bit already as of last night. We went right into it, gained quite a bit of information. So we're going to be putting it out there. I'm going to be showing you guys the generalized basic part of it. And then we're going to do what we do in here. We're going to tear it apart, guys, and put it back together piece by piece. We're going to be getting a hold of some people. We're going to be making a difference in this case because somebody has to at this point. It's been too long. 7 years is way too long to go on for this case to go unanswered. And I'm not going to let it happen anymore. So I would love to have you all here with this for this. Okay. I appreciate that so very much if you would be. It needs attention just as much as Idaho does, just as much as Nikki Bully's case does, just as much as Kelly Rodney, Summer Wills, and all the other cases we cover. Thank you so much, Jinx. If anybody can get me in touch with Kathy Clendenin, I appreciate that as well. But like I said, I will let you guys know by the end of day tomorrow if we're going to do it Wednesday or Thursday. Like I said, my mods are working on this already. And it's disgusting to me, folks. They took these poor little girls from this house after they decided, I'm not even going to get into the details of it today. After they took their time to put this fire out, they took these poor little girls, put them in bags, and laid them on the concrete floor of the fire department, the fire station. And that's where they took them to. And I'm going to tell you something that happened before the coroner could sign off on them. How about that? I'm disgusted, everyone. Completely disgusted. And yeah, it is very close to Delphi, guys. It's literally like 5 minutes from Delphi, from what I understand. And yeah, we're going to be jumping in that hardcore. Right. That is right. It's very upsetting, guys. So we're going to be handling both of these. Miss Italy D, good to have you here. It is insane, CC. There's no call. I watched a body cam video of this, a dash cam video. My apologies. I know, Casey. It's very hard to watch. That's what that brought tears to my eyes when you could hear the mother screaming in the house on the dash cam video as you hear the sheriff's officer puking next to the car. This man tried to go in. He grabbed a Scott mask from the fire truck, tried to go in to save these kids. And he got hurt, okay? And another officer had to pull him out along with the firefighters when they decided to finally go in. They never pulled a hose to put the fire out. They never did anything. Then they worked on the 2 police officers and left the kids in the house. The kids, luckily, unfortunately, passed because of smoke inhalation. They never reached, the fire, I believe, never reached them. And I pray to God that that's absolutely true to this point. Yes, the mother's name is Galen Rose. She now lives in Florida. I'm going to be getting a hold of her as well, and maybe her father, Tracy, as well. I've been digging, guys. I'm contacting the governor of the state. We're not playing with this. This needs to be dealt with, period. So we're going to take a little time away from Idaho, guys, which we can afford to do that. And we're going to put, with the help of all of you, I hope, with the help of all of you, we're going to put some time into this because these 4 little girls deserve to have the truths come out and to have their story told because I'm disgustingly sick over this. You have no idea. B Slims, Dago, we need to get to the bottom of this. That's absolutely correct. And we will. You guys know I don't play when it comes to kids. I do not. And I won't. And I'm not going to take no for an answer. I'm not going to be pushed to the side. I'm going to push with this and put this out there with everybody. I know if I can get Jules on board, because I know she's all about this shit too. Excuse my language, but this makes me sick. Me and her tried to work a case where this happened kind of before. When it comes to kids, we don't play, guys. And I hope she does come in here soon because I wanted to talk to her about this as well. Oh, she is in here. Hey, Jules, what's up, sis? She says, I'm down. There she is. All right. We're going to do it, guys. I'm telling you, it's going to be either Wednesday or Thursday. We're going to do this. I'm doing it all. There's a link that I got to get in here where they're selling t-shirts for this. No holds barred on this. This is disgusting. the mother says that she feels that there could have been a bit of a racial aspect to this. I can see that. I can see why she thinks that. Absolutely, Jinx. Also, guys, the homeowners are garbage, in my opinion. So yeah, we're not playing, and that you know how this goes, CC. That is exactly what's going to happen too, because these are children. Let me think here. 4, 7, 9, and 11. I believe they were 4, 7, 9, and 11 years old. I might be off with one of them. We're gonna have all their names up here soon, their ages, and they're not gonna be forgotten. I'm gonna shove these kids' names down all these people's throats. That's what I'm gonna do. If I have to, it's gonna happen every day. Welcome to the family. Strike. Accelerant was found in several places. That's a fact, guys. This was an arson. The accelerant was found on the one officer's clothing as well, which they said could have been from the mask because they don't wash that gear very often. But there was definitely accelerant in this, folks. Somebody started this fire. And the body cam footage we're going to be watching, I'm going to tell you it's very hard to watch, okay? But we're going to watch it. We need to watch it. Thank you, Heather, for that, guys. Please check out Jules' channels if you haven't. And Chief, my friend Chief, thank you so very much for that. Love your big heart, Dago. We are all in, and I appreciate and love you guys for that because I knew you would be because that's the kind of people you are. Hey, Jem, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Yes, guys. This is, at the very least, probably one of the hardest things I'm going to push, because there's no call for this. It's called the Flora Four. It was a house fire, an arson house fire in Flora, Indiana, about 5 to 10 minutes from Delphi. That was purposely set as what arson means. 4 children lost their lives. And this mother has had no answers. She's been harassed about this. She was accused of this at some point. I'm done with stuff like this. I'm not doing it. And they're not going to get away with this. I found out that the homeowner, again, there we are. Thank you, Jinx, so very much. These little girls, Kiana, Kiara, Kiriel, and Kiani. Those are their names, guys. They're not going to be forgotten. I promise you that. I will not allow that. Like I said, I will shove these names down these people's throats. The fire chief and the fire investigator both resigned very shortly after this happened. Kind of interesting, isn't it? Fire department was toned out on this. Police officer shows up at the house, runs around the house, figures out there's people in the house, jumps back in his car. It took 35 seconds to drive from his car to the fire station, jumps out of his car. This is all recorded on dash cam, folks. And he's yelling at him, there's people in his house. We got to roll now. Let's go to the fire department. And you can hear the guy in the fire department sound a little irritated. Like, why are you bothering me, in a sense? Jumps back in his car, runs back over there. Eventually, a fire department shows up. You could see a firefighter or 2 standing on the porch for a good 10 minutes, not doing anything. They never pulled a hose, folks. I was in the fire service. When you're pulling up on a structure fire, a hose is dropping as you're driving up to the front of the house to link up to the fire hydrant. Didn't happen. It didn't happen. This is absolutely disgusting. Makes no sense to me. True Crime Time. Welcome. Good to have you. Leslie Densley Watkins. Good to have you here. Oh, this one's got me on fire, folks. You have no idea. I was up and down all night thinking about this. All night long. Thank you, CC, for that once again. Thank you, Mudman. I appreciate that so very much. Clarissa Hendershot, good to see you. Danielle with a super sticker. I'm sorry. Thank you for that. Very much appreciated, my dear. Yeah, that one happened here in Ohio, Dolphin. That's another one. Oh my God. Jules was nice to that guy too when she put her video out about it. I don't know how she did it. I don't know how she withheld from saying the things that we all wanted to say. That guy is a piece of shit. Garbage. I'm sorry to say. Sorry to say. And then he wants to cry after he realizes what they're talking about when he's standing at his hearing. Get out of here. Miss me with that bullshit. You don't deserve to cry. You don't deserve to have a feeling over this. That guy's, I can't get past that one either. I don't understand what is going on. Jules said the same thing, I think. I don't know what is going on anymore. I don't get it. And she's right. Brooke Nicole, good to see you. Unbelievable. This man lined up his 3 children, his little boys, and shot them execution style with a rifle. One ran away. He grabbed them, brought them back, and did it. It's disgusting. What is wrong with people? What is wrong with people? Unbelievable. Yeah, Danielle, I can agree. I think he cried because he got caught. Very possible. Because he knows what's going to happen. It is horrid, Heather. No, it didn't happen on Father's Day, but we had to watch it on Father's Day. It was kind of shitty, you know. And with the case with the fire, how about this one? The neighbor that called ATS News, good to see you, called the homeowner first and then called 911. The homeowner shows up and starts throwing rocks through the windows. You know what that does, folks? It introduces oxygen to a fire, which causes a flashover and or a backdraft, which makes the fire worse. Idiot. And he knows that. He had to have known that. I believe Miss Jinx is in here. Was in the stream last night that was talking about it. It was Thursday before Father's Day. That's right, Jules. Thank you. I don't know, folks. I don't know. Heather says there's 369 awesome people tuning in right now, and we do thank you. Please like, subscribe, share this out. Leave me some DNA on the like button, folks. As I always say, if you would, please hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing we do. But we got a busy week coming, folks. A busy week. Altered Soul, good to see you. Mama Bear says she's going to be joining us for the second half of the day today. She had to run into work to do some stuff, but she will be here, everybody, for those of you that miss her, as we all do. Amco's, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Great video, by the way, Jules. That was very moving, and I loved it. Cheryl Manzella, it's been a long time. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us today. I think you did, too. And thank God they were smart enough to not do that, because that man, he's not even a man, that monster deserves to sit in prison for the rest of his life. I hope they don't give him the death penalty. I hope they don't give him the death penalty. He deserves to sit there for the rest of his damn life and think about what he did. That is what I think his punishment should be. Put him out in general population. Watch what they do to him. I hope he gets every bit of the ass beating that he deserves. That's right. That is absolutely right, Jinx. Justice will happen. It is coming. Thank you for joining us, Mags. That's right, Jem. That is right. The demons are coming in harder. Stay away in Jesus' name. Amen to that one, sweetheart. Amen to that one. It is unbelievable. Yeah, he can cry every day of his life. He don't even deserve to cry, Jules. He doesn't deserve to have any emotions. I hope that they sentence him to life in prison and put him in general population, and they beat his ass every day. And he thinks about why he's getting his ass beat every day. I know this sounds vulgar, folks. I know I'm not a violent person. I'm not a mean person. These people have made me sick one too many times, and I'm done with it. I'm done with these people. I'm done. And if it comes back that was on some kind of drugs, that I don't care what you're on. These are your children. God gave you these children for a reason, and look what you did. They look up to you every day of your life. They look to you to help them to become who you're supposed to be. Okay? They trust you. They love you. Unconditional love comes from these children to their parents. And this piece of garbage, I can't anymore. I can't. It is unreal to me. Now, the report states he confessed to planning it for several months. No, he's done. I promise you he's done. He won't get off. He won't get off. It is what it is, Mud Man. Turnabout's fair play. Karma's a bitch, and it is coming for him 100%. Yeah, and that's what the sad thing is. You're right, Oakley. He seemed completely sober when they stopped at the house finally. They were yelling at him to stand up. He's sitting on his front porch, just sitting there smoking a cigarette like nothing. It's completely calm, trying to have a conversation about the damn dog. He won't bite you. Just don't try to touch him. This and that. Your kids are laying in the yard dying. They're working on them, trying to save them, and you're just talking about a dog. I can't. These people make me sick. I wish I was in control of punishment for criminals. I really do. I really wish. I think people like this need to be tortured in some senses, just like they do to other people. It's unreal to me, guys. So, that's right. Let them rot in prison. With Dago, we're almost to desk kitten time. Yeah, oh, it's coming. It is coming. I promise you it's coming. Absolutely. Unbelievable. Almost 400 people in here. You guys rock. It is so great to have you guys here. Thank you. And I appreciate the support. Did you hear Dispatch say, shoot him if you have to? Shoot him. I really wish he wouldn't have complied, honestly. But he deserves a life of darkness. That ain't no lie, Jules. He doesn't even deserve that. He deserves to sit. He deserves to sit in the hole, in my opinion, solitary confinement for 100 years and sit and think about what he did to those children. That's what he deserves. And let the rats and the cockroaches become friends with him. Naked. That's what he needs. Piece of shit. And the mother trying to help her children got shot in her hand, trying to stop him from doing this. Little girls running around screaming, my dad's killing everybody. I mean, what is going on? I don't get this. This right here is why I promote positivity every day, because there are so many people that are so beyond gone. So, welcome, Brittany Dunn. Good to see you. Right. That's right. That's amen to that, Pappy. That piece of shit will probably have a seat right next to the devil in hell. Yeah, they should. You ain't lying, Dolphin. That's a good point. I said that to my wife. I commend the police. They were good to him. One told him that you have the right to be silent, and I suggest you effing use it. No lie. They were real good to him, because I would have probably shot him in his head. I promise you guys, I probably would have shot him in his head. I'd have told him to run. That way I could do it. I can't. I can't anymore. She had a restraining order on him saying she was scared of him killing her in a drunken rage. The RV outside the house instantly told me, yeah, I get it. They were probably separated. He was probably living in the RV. Didn't even deserve that. Unbelievable. There's just so much darkness and evil out there, guys. I can't anymore. Thank you, Heather. Tonight, guys, join us at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be sharing the true story behind the movie Goodfellas. Great movie. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out. It's one of my faves. Bobby J, good to see you. Rose, thanks for joining us today. It's great to have you here. I just sent the contact numbers for the lady Dago wanted. I texted them. Thank you, Rose, very much. I appreciate that. Holly Pepper. Miss Pamela's in the house. Yep. Yes, Pamela. We're going to be jumping into Nikki Boley's case tomorrow. I hope to have you here for that, just in case. Like I said, Pamela is part of our team over in the UK. She's a retired Manchester police officer and has helped us with quite a bit with that, guys. Yes, we are going to be telling the true story behind Goodfellas tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It should be a great story, folks, as it is. Thank you, Pamela. I appreciate you. So, getting to where we're supposed to be for the day. I know it's been a minute and I talked too much. I just had to get all that stuff out, folks, because that's what's going on this week. So I hope you guys are ready. I hope you guys are going to be here throughout the week for us because we have a busy week, guys. We got that tomorrow. We have Wednesday or Thursday. We have the other two cases. 1 day a week, as I have told you, maybe two, depending on what goes on with Idaho. I will be giving you guys the panel open discussion, the ability to do what we did last week again for all of you guys to voice your opinions on. It doesn't have to be Idaho, anything you want. Gordon Shumway, good to see you. It's all good, brother. Happy Monday to you and happy Father's Day, my friend. Oh, yeah, I remember that, Carolyn. Again, horrible. We are just getting started. So over the weekend, I saw the lovely Lana over at Truth and Transparency. She had a pretty decent show going on. I got to catch in regards to some stuff she was talking about. The amazing Sleuthy Goosey, she had a show she put up that we're going to review as well. It made me think, okay? And that's why I said I have some questions on both of those shows, folks. So we're going to review pieces of both of those episodes because it made me start thinking. And that's what we do with this stuff about Idaho. We think a lot, okay? So that's what we're going to be doing is talking and thinking and thinking and talking. Welcome, Kimberly. Good to see you. Right, Pappy. Right. Did anybody welcome, Fallen Angel? Good to have you here. Yes, Sleuthy had a great video, guys, and we're gonna review that and talk about that in regards to Idaho. Does anybody have any specific questions or anything before we get rolling with this? Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. All right. Everybody, sorry about that. Again, good to have you guys here with me. Thank you for listening to my rant. You can't hear anything? I'm here. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. Please. Oh, I had a great Father's Day. Thank you so much. Welcome, Silent Murmur, I think it is. Katie Perrin. Hold on, everybody. I'm sorry. That was my other TV I had to turn down. Give me a second. I'll get this rolling here. 1 second for you guys. My apologies. Again, this content, this is Sleuthy's video we're going to be reviewing. Sleuthy's great, guys. I always watch her stuff. She's always awesome. So we're going to be checking it out. Thank you so much, Joanne. Welcome. Good to have you here. Pappy, same to you, bro. You're good now. All right, Slim. Good to have you here, by the way, dear. Thanks for joining us. You hear me? You hear me? Do y'all hear me? Hey, hey. Yeah. All right. Just kidding around, guys. I had to calm myself down. I was a little bit wired, folks. These cases are really burning a hole in my side, you guys. No lie. But it's a good thing. I have you guys here to do this with me, and we're going to do this together, all of us. Okay? With these other cases this week. We're going to really hit this hard. We don't know the date DD cleared, only the warrant. The DD wasn't, DoorDash wasn't cleared. That's the thing. Jules brought that up the other day. It has not happened, folks. I think Sleuthy said it too. The DoorDash driver wasn't cleared. It was never said. Amen to that one, Mystical. Firefighters are amazing. Tension tamer tea. I think I need some, to be honest with you, Dolphin. I really think I do. Not cleared. Thank you, Jules. That's what I said. DoorDash driver wasn't cleared. That's why when I watched Sleuthy's video, I was kind of like, you know, it made you think, guys. That's why we're doing this. Because it really does make you think. It's quite interesting, to say the very least. And again, thank you, Jewel, or thank you, Sleuthy, for putting this out. This was great. It really was. Again, guys, let me know how the audio is, and let's get rolling. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger for you guys. Thank you, Heather. Yeah, content shared via Sleuthy Goosey. There's the link for it. I know most of you guys, if you haven't, please check her out. She's got a great channel, folks. She's got a lot of great insight. She's just great, period. And I respect her so very much. So I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so you guys can see it better for what she put up there. It's very interesting. Follow along as you will. I'm going to stop it here and there to talk about some things, but it's just music. Yeah, I'm gonna read it to you guys, but I'm gonna blow it up so you can see a little bit better. All right, here we go. So it, again, like I said, I'll be stopping throughout this to do it. Thank you, Heather, for that again. Actually, let me do this real quick. That way you guys actually see what's going on. 1 second, everyone. Erie, PA, Miss Donna Bayhurst, good to have you. Thanks for joining us. Let's move that. All right. Absolutely, Mags. No problem, dear. Okay. Now, what if the killer was in the vehicle that was first seen in the neighborhood at 3:29 a.m.? The one that had to have originated from the neighborhood in order to only pass the house 3 times. And then they're going to show this here as you see it. Pass number 1. Pass number 2. And pass number 3. And then leave via Walenta Drive, as we've all seen. This is very interesting, you guys. It really is. Perhaps the killer really did stake out the house, waiting for everyone to return home. Then the DoorDash driver arrives and appears on camera for the first time at 4:04 a.m. Then the DoorDash driver arrives and appears at, what if it's I'm sorry, I read that once already. What if it's BRYAN KOHBERGER, using the phone he bought specifically Hold on. Using the phone that he bought specifically and only for his deliveries. Not to give out during traffic stops. Right. Which could explain why Brett Payne didn't have or know the number. So Bryan Kohberger arrives with the food and drives around a bit, unsure where to go or where to knock or where to leave the food, for sure. So he chooses the front door, as you can see here, right up front. I love the way she does these things. Knocking repeatedly, no answer. No one answered because the killer had already been in the house and took the lives of Kaylee, Madison, and Xana and Ethan. Which in turn, folks, means that the timeline is very possibly different, as we've all talked about, than what we've been thinking, or what they've been telling us, I should say. Okay? That's what that means. The timeline is different, in a sense. And we've all talked about that, okay? This theory really mesmerized me, the way that she explained this. I had to stop and think, and I'm still thinking about it. Very possibly, Eddie. If he's using a second phone, it could be very possibly be in his name. It could be a burner phone. Okay? That happens. So, yeah, it's a good question, Eddie. Good question. The repeated knocking catches the attention of Bethany in her bedroom. She answers the door, takes the food from Bryan Kohberger. Now, this is where the exculpatory evidence could come into effect, folks. This could be what the evidence is. That's very possible. And that's a great point, Vix. Great point. So, moving forward. She answers the door, takes the food from Bryan Kohberger. He gets back in his car and he leaves, which she witnesses him do. In turn, exculpatory evidence. She walks up the stairs, half asleep, hollers for Xana to get her food. And she leaves it right there on that little railing, going back downstairs to bed. Banister, railing, whatever you call it. Brett Payne or one of the crime scene technicians arrive on scene. They walk through the front door and up the steps. I'm sorry, I can't look at him. There's something about him I've never liked, and he just creeps me out. Seeing the bag of food on the banister, they put on gloves and place the bag. Now, listen closely to this, guys. This is what got me. Seeing the bag of food on the banister, they put on gloves and place the bag on the table counter in the kitchen. They then go upstairs to the third floor where the sheath is discovered. One of them touches the sheath with the same glove used to touch the food bag and transfers a small amount of Bryan Kohberger's transfer DNA onto the sheet from the food bag. How about that, everybody? It's called cross-contamination. And it does happen all the time. Now, I'm going to read this to you guys to understand this, okay? I wish Sarge was in here today for this because I think he'd get a kick out of this. And I know Eddie's going to have something to say about this too. Limitations of touch DNA sampling methods, and the downstream DNA processing procedures are very sensitive. Hence, there is a great chance of detecting contamination from law enforcement personnel or even the forensic scientist sampling the item, even when the appropriate PPE has been worn. It may be necessary to obtain elimination samples from the key personnel in the case where foreign DNA profiles are obtained that cannot be attributed to a suspect or the victim. There is also an increased chance of obtaining mixed DNA profiles. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Make sure my mic is where it's at. Good to see you. Truth is a rabbit hole. Good to have you here. And just here for the tea as well. And Miss Sophie, if I didn't see you, I see you now. Welcome, dear. Altered Soul. Good to have you here. So, moving forward, okay. I lost my place. There is also an increased chance of obtaining mixed DNA profiles containing DNA from individuals that may have come into contact with the victim evidence item near the time of the crime. Contributors to these mixtures could include the victim's spouse or children, and again, elimination samples may need to be collected from these individuals. Hold on. And this makes perfect sense to me, you guys. It really does. I'm not saying that this is fact, folks. This is all speculation. The same as it was for Sleuthy, okay? It's just something to think about. Now I got to blow this up too. Sorry, folks. 1 second. The investigator may also be faced with the challenge of determining what it means if unexplainable DNA is obtained. For example, a foreign male profile from a touch DNA sample may be obtained from evidence pertaining to a female victim. If the male DNA profile doesn't match the suspect in question, the investigator needs to consider its relevance to the case. The foreign profile could, from the true perpetrator and the original suspect, could be innocent, or perhaps the DNA profile is from adventitious transfer from the crime scene personnel. First responders, laboratory analysts, or crime scene equipment such as fingerprint brushes. These are all possibilities that law enforcement may have to evaluate and address in order to move forward with the investigation. Some evidence items are, you know what, guys, I need to see this better. Sorry about this. Hey, Joe. Are you talking to me, Heather? Or are you talking to somebody else? Joe Lamont, good to see you, sir. He was talking to somebody else. I get it. Okay, let me see. Oh, shoot. 1 second, folks. My apologies. Okay. Where was we was? Okay. Obtained from evidence pertaining to a female victim. If the male DNA profile doesn't match the suspect in question, the investigator needs to consider its relevance to the case. The foreign profile could, from the true perpetrator and original suspects, could be innocent. Or perhaps the DNA profile is from adventitious transfer from crime scene personnel, first responders, laboratory analysts, crime scene equipment such as fingerprint brushes. We did that. These are all possibilities law enforcement may have to evaluate, address. Yes, we did that as well. Okay. And some evidence items are also not recommended for the collection of touch DNA. Samples such as items include those that are severely degraded, for example, moldy clothing, been exposed to extreme environmental conditions such as weapons, left outside for months, years, or have been washed or are heavily soaked in the victim's bodily fluids. Also items, match the suspect in question. The investigators need to consider, wait a minute, no, there's more down at the bottom. I can't seem to read it. Well, anyway, that match the suspect in question. The investigator needs to consider its relevance to the case. The foreign profile could, from the true perpetrator and original suspect, could be innocent, or perhaps the DNA profile is from Adventures transferred to crime lab. Wait, we already did that. Why is that highlighted again? Okay, I guess we need to move forward a little bit then. My apologies. Okay, now also items that are likely to have been touched by many people, such as a public payphone or store counter, are usually not good sources for probative or interpretable touch DNA profiles. Most forensic scientists will discourage the sampling of these items. Hold on. I'll move this forward. At some point, it's going to move forward here. Okay, now. Finally, when Bryan Kohberger finds out that he delivered food to that house, he called police and told them that. Imagine that, folks. Mr. Kohberger, and here we are. This is why she's saying this, okay? Mr. Kohberger requests an order for the state to disclose the following items included in the defendant's first supplemental request for discovery. Request number 119, all notes, recordings from all officers from Moscow Police Department. As of May 4th, 2023, counsel for Mr. Kohberger has not received recordings and notes from the interrogation of Mr. Kohberger by Moscow PD Detective Payne. So we now know for sure, because people were asking that question. Okay, thank you, Heather. We now know for sure that Payne interrogated Kohberger. Okay. So, wait a minute. Where did it go? I'm just going to let this play. Is it showing up? Come on. Second, why the defense powerfully asserts that what Bethany saw, heard that night is exculpatory to the defendant and is unique to her experience. 3, why the DoorDash driver wasn't named and redacted in the PCA as the private party. All right. 5, wait a minute. Why is it not doing? Hold on a minute, guys. I don't like the way that's rolling like that. Back this up. Hold on a minute. Okay, number 1 for that was why the defense insists that there is exculpatory evidence. Here we go. As I read number 2. And number 3 was why the DoorDash driver wasn't named and redacted in the PCA as the private party driver was. Number 4, why there's no mention of the DoorDash driver car also being seen in the neighborhood on camera. Now, that's a good point, folks. We've heard about Brian's car being seen doing the 3-point turn, doing this. Welcome, Terry Blackstock. Wood Fairy, good to have you too. Okay, so we've seen that. Okay, we saw his car. We've been told that, so on and so forth. It does all these turns, moves around, does this, does that. Why has it not been talked about? If there was a DoorDash driver there, how come the car was not seen? And if it was, why has it not been talked about? And again, the DoorDash driver has not been cleared. Remember that. Number 5, why recently there were unknown subscriber phone numbers sent to AT&T via the search warrant. That's interesting, to say the very least. Think about that, guys. Susan Russo says prosecutor had to get a warrant for the DoorDash info, right? But where are these new phone numbers coming from? Okay. They had to get a search warrant for it. Again. Number 6, why Bethany was purposely, and understand it happened, she was purposely left out of the PCA in hopes that her exculpatory information would not see the light of day. Great point. Thank you once again, Sleuthy. Absolutely would, Fairy. Excuse me, guys. It's a good possibility, Jeff. If Jeff says if DoorDash driver had multiple deliveries, maybe he parked down there where they found that jacket by the fire hydrant, sorry, and walked the delivery person up to the house, right? Now, again, this is all good stuff, folks. And again, thank you, Sleuthy, for this. Number 7, a sudden grand jury indictment after Bethany is subpoenaed as a material witness for the defense at the preliminary hearing. Now, you guys all know as well as I do how suspicious that has been, because as soon as they subpoenaed her, she tried to quash it immediately, that she didn't want nothing to do with it, right? And it happened. And then they get the okay to go to Nevada to interview her, and boom, they go right for the grand jury. That's what we talked about the other day. Immediately, just like that. Because they don't want what she has to say to come out. It's stupid suspicious, guys. Because they know I feel like if what Sleuthy's saying here is a possibility, is a huge possibility at this point. Because if Bethany says, BRYAN KOHBERGER delivered food that night and left, I watched it happen, I saw it happen, the prosecution's case is done. That's it. It's done. You know that as well as I do. That's why they ran to the grand jury with this. Which, again, great points, Sleuthy. Great work. This is amazing. And she says, I don't know. It's just a theory. And that it is. It is a theory, guys. But it's a really damn good one. And I think it's amazing. It makes quite a bit of sense, though, doesn't it? And I think it does. If that was the case. And she says, like I said before you say it, the DoorDash driver was not cleared because they weren't. Think about it, folks. How easy would that be? Let's fix the time, Ron. Let's go backwards and reverse the timeline to what it was originally. As we've all done. We've all said, Sarah Q, good to have you here. We've all talked about the timeline. Dawn, good to see you. Jennifer Woles, good to see you. If one witness testifying honestly will kill your case, you probably shouldn't be going forward with your case. I agree with that, Jennifer. I absolutely do. It's just a theory. It is just a theory, but it means that BK is innocent, and that is a very big possibility. Welcome, Anna Flavia Constantino. Good to have you here. Ellie issued a warrant for all DD deliveries going back January 22nd, right? That's a good point, Don. I cannot live with myself if I had exculpatory evidence and did not come forward with it. I agree with you. Iris Hewlett, good to see you. DoorDash delivery missing under MPD up through 12/19. I stopped looking. Where's the proof? MPD confirmed it before it was mentioned by Officer Payne. There isn't any. Justice, good to see you. Jack in the Box has cameras running 24/7. That's true. Ann Taylor is asking for basic information, evidence from them, and they refuse to provide everything because they don't have it. They don't have it. That's why, in my opinion. Change, you're right. That whole town knows. I agree. Rich Buddy, good to see you, my friend. I will never order delivery because of that. There is no health code that affects the delivery drivers. That's a fact. I absolutely do, Mr. Eddie. You know you're always welcome up here, brother. Tuesday's Child. And now that we've gotten through that, this is absolutely perfect because I know Eddie's going to have something to say about this. There is the link, my friend. Oh, wait a minute. That is not the link. Hold on a minute, guys. Don't click that link, Eddie. Let me bring this down. I don't know why that was listed. That was a Discord link. So don't worry about that, bud. All right, there's the link. Right underneath KC's comment. No, I'm sorry. Underneath David Clayton's comment, Eddie. Come on down, my friend. Let's hear what you got to say today, because I know it's going to be good. It always is. Mojo, what's up? Oh, yeah. Let me show you this too, real quick. I'm sorry. There was a little bit more to this. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, buddy. Give me one moment to finish this up here, and then we'll get rolling with you. What's up, Strutter? I just want to end this up here. It says here, DM and BF both made statements during interviews that indicated the occupants of the King Road residence were at home by 2 a.m. and asleep, or at least in their rooms by approximately 4. This is with the exception of Kernoodle, who received a DoorDash order at the residence at approximately 4 a.m. Law enforcement identified the DoorDash driver who reported this information. Okay. Now, let's see. And before you say it, the state is in possession of BRYAN KOHBERGER's data. As investigators' reports and conclusions from the cell phone analysis, including but not limited to any analysis conducted by police agencies, FBI, CAS team, or other Idaho authorities. Request 109, identity of FBI special agent that is a member of the cellular analysis survey team that was consulted with to determine location of the cell phone from 11/12 and 11/13, and all CAS certification records and training records for the involved agents. Okay, now 1 second here. He would need it in order to sort through it and prove it. Very true. Again, that was the end of that, though. Great job, Sleuthy. Thank you so much for that. It's a very, very interesting theory. And now we have our friend, Mr. Eddie, up here. What is going on, my friend? Let me know what you got.
Thank you for bringing me up. You're always so accommodating that way. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And I appreciate what Sleuthy is trying to do. If we go back maybe a few weeks, there was other channels that are trying to, imagine him be the DoorDash delivery driver, but as the killer. And Sleuthy is trying to make him be the DoorDash delivery driver as
innocent.
As someone who is innocent. So, and I get that. But here's a couple questions that we kind of have to look at.
Absolutely.
Now, before I begin, this thought just occurred to me. Here's a little bit of homework for everybody. I haven't had time to go through these press releases, but if we go through the press releases day by day, have they ever spoke about the DoorDash driver in these press releases? Because let me gather my thoughts here with this one. I don't think they would have spoke about the DoorDash at all, which is suspect, until after we're introduced to the probable cause affidavit. Right? Does that make sense? Are you able to hear me? Chat?
Yeah, I hear you, bud.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Okay, so if we go through the press releases, have they ever mentioned at all the DoorDash before the arrest of BRYAN KOHBERGER? So if not, that's kind of suspect, because they're kind of withholding that, because they would have known before the arrest of BRYAN KOHBERGER about the DoorDash.
Right.
If you go back to Sloothy's video to like timestamp 4:55 for a minute, please.
Yeah. She's here on the. Actually, she's in chat. Hey, Sleuthy, and she says, "Nah, she never spoke about the DoorDash in the press release. We found out about it when the PCA came out, which was after the non-dissemination order was issued. So Ellie never commented on it. And you want me to go back where, buddy?
Like 4:55
in this video here.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, 1 second here. Great video, by the way, Sleuthy. This was really had me like, wow, thinking hard. Okay. Where she says, finally, Bryan Kohberger finds out that he delivered food to that house and he never called police.
Yes.
Or he called police and told them that. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Being a DoorDash person, this is well documented. You're going to be on the record. You're going to have to like present your phone to like the counter worker and say, hey, I'm here to pick up a DoorDash for, so and so.
Right.
And then they're gonna hand this product over the counter to that person, right? So
yeah.
That aside, here's kind of the critical question here is they would have known, I think, on the 13th of November, after speaking with Bethany, that there was a DoorDash driver. They would have went to Bryan Kohberger. Bryan Kohberger wouldn't have approached them on some subsequent date.
Right.
They would have been on to him like in the moment, right?
Well, and that's a thing I've had issue with. I said it the last time I was live. I'm like, why did they not take him, interview him, swab him, talk to him when they first got on to him? You know what I mean? Instead of waiting until he goes all the way back to PA and then kicking his whole house in to get him. That was an issue I had with this. So, I mean, is that relating to what you're saying, Eddie?
Yeah. I lost my train of thought here for a second. Okay.
It's all right. It happens to me all the time. You're okay.
They would have probably been interviewing the DoorDash guy on the day of, it seems to me. Right? Because Bethany was said, hey, at that time I handed this bag, or the DoorDash handed me the bag. So they would have been just right all over that.
Okay.
What day did the DoorDash guy come forward to law enforcement? Do we know that?
I don't have any clue. I've never seen anything on that. Sleuthy also says, I don't think Dylan and Bethany opened up until the re-interviews the weekend of 12/10 through 12/12. That's a good point, truthfully.
And he's not, the DoorDash is not cleared at all yet?
No, we've all looked into that. The DoorDash driver has not been cleared anywhere. We've looked for it everywhere, and it's never been said.
Am I remembering it correctly that the DoorDash approached law enforcement, not the other way around? Is that true? He came forward. The DoorDash came forward.
Yeah, that's what I understand is the DoorDash driver came forward. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how it went down.
We need to look at that as a group because that's important, because that would seem unlikely. To fit this theory, it would seem unlikely they would have been coming to him.
I mean, I would think typically they would. Sleuthy says that's what Joel said. She heard that DoorDash came to the cops. Sleuthy says December 5th, they pulled the DoorDash warrant. 12/6, it came back. 12/7, they announced they're looking for a 2011-2013 Hyundai Elantra. Typically, you would think that police would go to DoorDash, but from what even multiple people have said, that we believe that DoorDash came to them.
Okay.
It is very weird. I agree with you. It's an odd situation. You'd think that Ellie would go to them immediately. For sure.
Because some of these theories are like, well, they all had these, they're all listening to music. They got their earbuds in, or these noise canceling earphones, or whatever. But
right.
This is right around the same time that Dylan is seeing the bushy eyebrow guy.
Mm-hmm. Sleuthy says law enforcement identified the DoorDash delivery driver who provided this information. That's all it says about DoorDasher, right? Okay. Justice says Dylan lies. She drugged Bethany. Bethany woke up and ran out. 9/11. Everything she says is a lie. Okay. Thank you for that.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm going to hop off. Those are my only critical thoughts on it.
Oh, and I got it. I get it. I appreciate it, Eddie. Absolutely. Always good stuff when you jump up here. Private party driver told the media that he reached out to law enforcement. When he did, law enforcement told him he knew he drove them home, but they hadn't reached out to him. Okay. Again, thank you, Eddie. I appreciate your thoughts. Thank you for that, Sleuthy. It really does beg to I mean, it makes me, it made me think hard. I'll be honest with you guys, especially with the transfer DNA situation, because we've all said, like, how in the hell could this happen? What way could this work? That is probably the absolute most logical way to think about this happening, guys. In my opinion, that's my opinion. Rose is saying, so now ICE let a DoorDash driver who isn't cleared continue to deliver to my... Wait a minute, what? So now I let a DoorDash driver who isn't cleared continue to deliver to my children. They didn't go to Jack in the Box with the dated DoorDash bag immediately. Oh, it is go time. WTF. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Whenever you're ready, Sleuth, let me know. Let me know. Yeah, this is really, really some interesting stuff, guys, because I had never thought about... What's up, Walt? Good to see you. Yes, it's beautiful, sir. It's 90-some degrees here. I love it. The info came from who? Justice. Yeah, that's interesting to hear. Brandy Wine and True Crime. Good to have you here. Thank you for joining us. No, I understand, bro. Try to calm down. I understand. You get excited about these things, as a lot of us do. I get it. Luciana Lenz, thank you for joining us. I'm the only person in the world that thinks this DoorDash delivery happened in the night before, and the LE create this fake delivery to make us believe that Xana was still alive at 4 a.m. I'm not saying that. Absolutely, Justice. No worries. Abracadabra, good to see you. On December 6th, police sent a search warrant to DoorDash for all deliveries to the King Road home, dating to the beginning of the year from old article. Thank you, Abra. By the way, Jules, if you're interested, you're welcome to jump up here, dare to, just so you know. Gary Walters. Why does no one talk about the door allegedly being open at 8:30 or 9? And the fact that BK was back at the house, and that could point to a second person. We have talked about the door being wide open at 8:30 in the morning, and we have talked about Brian's being back in that area around 9 a.m. We have talked about that, my friend. Very much so. Frosta, welcome. Good to see you. And 386, good to have you here. Yeah, we definitely do talk about that, my friend, and have talked about that quite a bit. Yeah, I saw it, Heather. Thank you, though, hon. I like your red dots. It catches my attention very quickly. That's a good idea. Rose. I'm sorry. Rose says, that's what I believe, Justice, but DD headquarters confirmed it was a delivery and the... Try to calm yourself down, Rose. I know you're getting excited, and I know you do get excited, and I don't blame you. Let's see. Dan said, what if the killers were waiting for a signal in the crawl space with the entry in Bethany's room because none of them had their cell phones on or on them? It's a good point, Dan. Jules says, Dan Antonucci, the NYP stating the DD was cleared is not law enforcement stating the DD is cleared. The cleared list has not been updated, and they have never verified anything. That is a fact, my friend. Bobby, old dude, good to see you. Didn't Xana's phone show her on TikTok at 412? That is what we've been told. Yes, sir. Okay, Sleuthy says that's correct. I'm looking at the actual DoorDash warrant now. Granted and served on 12/6, returned on 12/7, and like I said, that's the same day they announced their suspect vehicle 1. That's a fact. Yes, sir. Or yes, ma'am. Sorry about that. Sorry. Yeah, that's a fact. And that's another thing too. We've talked about the timeline being beforehand, multiple times, you guys. Gaius says police don't want to admit the murders happened around 3:30 while 2 cops were that close to the house. That's a huge point, in my opinion, because I think that very well could be an issue, because we had officers standing right there at that point in time, and nothing was done. And people have listened to that body cam video saying that they're hearing screams in the background of the video. Why weren't the cops paying attention? If that's the case, that's probably what the issue is. In some senses, I can agree with that. Let me see here. Billy Cole. If they know they don't have a case, why would they move forward? They have to, Billy. They have no choice. They've gone this far. They can't just, they have to go forward. And they feel like they have a case in some senses, obviously. I can see a lipstick mark on a straw. Was Xana using lipstick at 4 a.m. at home? No way. This DoorDash driver delivery happened in the night before during the party. Yeah, very possible. It's very possible. But she could have had lipstick on. They were at a frat party that night. Okay. She could have had makeup on. That's what I'm talking about. Just for the T says, I think the original timeline is the right one. I think a lot of us think that. Yeah. Where did it go? The straw was on the Starbucks cup that looked old AF. Yes, it did. It looked like it was actually used as an ashtray or something at some point. Ellie hasn't said shit to anybody since the non-dissemination order, which was in place prior to the PCA coming out, correct? And all of us / the media finding out about it for the media finding out about it for the first time. No media confirmed DD was cleared. That's true. Like I said, we looked, guys. We couldn't find it. Jules looked. I looked. The moderators in here were looking. There's nothing clarifying that the DoorDash driver anywhere was cleared. So that Starbucks cup had been there for, I think that had been there for a month or more, truthfully. It looked old. Where was that? I just saw it. Fallen Angel says the Banfield cam, the scream, people running. Yes. I think that all plays parts in this. I do. I agree with that. Silent Murmur. I love your icon. It's pretty cool. The original timeline is correct. Then if the original timeline is correct, then why are there so many screams heard just 20 minutes before the 404 DoorDash delivery time? Where did those screams come from? Where did you hear that at, Murmur? Hey, Keith, good to see you. That's exactly what it is. That's what we're talking about, Dan. Could BK being DD driver be related to the skull? I believe, based on what Sleuthy put up, guys, that's what it basically says. That's what I believe, the point that she was making in a sense, too, is that is the exculpatory evidence that Bethany received the food from the DoorDash driver, quote unquote, based on what this says, BRYAN KOHBERGER, which is how the transfer DNA scenario happened. Okay. It changed hands with 3 to 4 people, which in turn, like she says, Bethany took the bag from Brian, who had his hands on it. Okay. She sets it down. Police get the call. They come in, they walk up the stairs. They pick up the bag. It transfers to their hands. They go upstairs to the 3rd floor. They find the other 2 girls and the sheath, and they transfer that DNA from that to the sheath because it's such a minute amount. That's how that can happen, folks. It kind of blows your mind in a sense to think about for a minute. I can go with this, guys. It makes sense to me in some senses. Okay. It really does. It is just a theory. Don't forget that. Paula is saying, Sleuthy, some have said that Jack in the Box is the only place in the area that delivered that late. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if there was anything else around there that did delivered, period. Now, DoorDash can go find places everywhere, guys. That's the thing. I always wondered why that bag was not taken in to be processed, because once they found out there was a DoorDash that bag, well, here's the thing. I'm sure that these kids use DoorDash a lot. Okay, so that bag itself, there could be multiple bags that were from DoorDash. Understand that they probably use it a lot, guys. It's a regular thing nowadays. I'm sure they used it for coffee and for food in the middle of the night when they come back from parties, from this, from that. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't have to necessarily be that bag. That bag didn't look that new to me to begin with, and we had talked about that before. Welcome, Reverend Cynthia Hughes. Good to have you. Wouldn't the DD bag have a date on it? I thought there was a receipt listed on that one, but I couldn't see it clearly, and we never got that close to it. True crime time only in your area? What do you mean by that? Rose says first responders knew they were going prior to entering. Why would that have not been immediately bagged and tagged? That bag, like I said, I don't know if that bag is the one. Are you talking about the one if on based on Sleuthy's scenario? 100% SRB. Some of these theories definitely are fitting better than what Ellie has given us, and I think that's where the problem lies. Truthfully, we're smart people, folks, and we spent a lot of time on this, sitting and thinking about all of this stuff. Maybe they didn't expect us to. That's all I'm saying. And not N8 IV 386. One woman's scream was very hard to hear. Yes. Okay, Jules. Dago. Kate's comment was good. No DoorDash seal on the bag. Only Jack in the Box sticker for the receipt. We have no idea still if Jack in the Box was actual. And that's the fact. We don't know for a fact it was Jack in the Box, guys. DoorDash will go. I've used it once, I think. They'll even go to the damn dollar store for you around here. Okay. So they'll go anywhere you want to pay for them to go to. So it could have been anything, guys. We don't know that bag was the bag. You know what I'm saying? But any bag still, I think she just used that as the example. Any bag can still do that you touch. Thank you, Jeff. And thank you for the super chat, my friend. I appreciate you so very much. I will pull that up. Just one moment, guys. Give me a second here. I have to set something. Okay. Sleuthy's saying the problem is that I don't think law enforcement would willingly consider or admit that there was cross contamination. I agree with that. Inside the crime scene, they may believe he's guilty based on DNA because of that. Good point, Sleuthy. Okay, let's move that one there. Good stuff. Sophie says, Sleuthy, exactly what would be the reason Ethan's car and his brothers were taken into evidence and KG was immediately released? That's a good point. I'm not absolutely sure on that one yet. Who drank half of Xana's drink, Xana or someone else? Oh, that's another good question. Who ate Xana Kuno's meat burger? Was it found in her stomach? And that's another good question. I'm sure we'll find that out at some point, hopefully. Casey says Sleuthy, no chains, Chick Antique, Google, UD, Statesman, DD being cleared in Idaho for. You can read one article for free. I read it. DD cleared for Statesman. I had never seen that. Thank you, Casey. Welcome, Gina. Good to see you, dear. Thanks for joining us, Cowboy. I believe any reference to DD to throw off investigation and timeline, very possible. Beyond the bullshit, what's up? That's Kaylee's or Maddie's drink from the morning. See Venmo transaction for coffee. Okay. What is on that? It's hard to see if that's. I don't know what these drink like. That does look like a Starbucks. Yeah, it is. I can see it now. It just looks kind of old. Let me see. At one point, I was of the opinion BK was definitely the guy. Now it's hard to believe that he could do this crime in, say, 10 or 12 minutes tops with very little noise or mess being made. It is not likely. I agree with you, Gary, on that one. I've had issue with that the whole time. Let me see here. I just missed something too. Hold on a minute, guys. I'm trying to keep up. Okay. To answer what you said, Casey, Sleuthy says already reached out to the author of that article this morning. He's looking to figure out where he came up with that because he doesn't know. It's from March once DoorDash driver warrant was posted. Thank you, Sleuthy. The bag was sealed. Look at the top. Yes, you can see it. Definitely. Jack D is in so much trouble. Okay, Justice, thank you. Welcome, Delene. Good to have you here. Golf Inspector General says the second timeline is very convoluted, as they made it to fit around the time of the DoorDash and Kohberger pings, but using the neighbor's cam to place car in the area 2:45 to 3:15 a.m. I can agree with that. Very convoluted. David Clayton is saying that the attack on Xana was, and E was supposedly at 417 to complete that and get out without a blood trail. Drive off 3 minutes later, impossible. I agree with you on that as well. And I do, and I've been telling you guys, believe that Xana and Ethan were the first targeted in the house. That's definitely my opinion. Sleuthy says, yeah. At golf instructor, from your comment, golf instructor, she absolutely agrees with you 1,000,000%. Jules says, wait, that does look like a DoorDash seal sticker, actually. Yeah, up there, definitely the red one. Right there, folks. It was opened. I wish there was a date or a time on this for sure. It would help a lot. It really would. Absolutely, Delene. Welcome. Good to have you here. Uber Eats, DoorDash drivers do not handle the food bags. They're normally sealed up. Correct. Somebody opened it somewhere. Justice, I question too, but he's entitled to the same as all of us. If we accuse him, we wreck his life. That's not fair. We cannot take back words. He's a kid. Well, he is. Listen, hon, he's a grown man at this point, and if you did something wrong, you pay the price. That's how it works. But I know what you're saying, and I understand completely how you feel. If I was an idiot unaliver, I would definitely cowardly kill the man who would defend the woman. Okay. Tommy Jude says they cleared him at first, then decided he was the easiest target and went back to him. That's, yeah. I mean, that does make sense, Tommy. It could make sense too. Let's see. Sleuthy says, yeah, but there's no knowing what day that was, and LE could have opened it to see if there was a receipt in it to say who bought it or paid for it, whatever, or even ate the food at this point. I wouldn't put that past law enforcement there. If there was food in it, I wouldn't. Sorry. Eddie says, Dago, yes, Dana and Ethan first, and there is no collateral damage. All four were purposely taken out for some reason. I can agree. I'd do that, Kate, if we had a Jack in the Box around here, but we don't. They're all down south in that region to the west too. I agree with you, Carolyn. I don't think there's any way to know that, Bix, but that's an interesting question. Yeah. Chicantique is saying that there was a huge Reddit rumor that Loach sent the DD. Very possible. Yeah, but a job is a job, Amethyst. You know what I mean? If that was the job he was running, I mean, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. Okay, Jeff, hold on a minute. Thank you, sir. Another set of pictures, folks. Again, she says there they pulled loads of bank records for the people who live in the house, Ethan, but haven't pulled bank records for BK. Not that I've seen. I kind of wondered that myself. Why have they not? Tommy says the prosecution is going to be ripped apart. They need to drop their stupid egos and drop the politics. Go find the occupants of the car. I agree with that one, my friend Tommy. This needs to stop being a excuse the phrasing, folks, but a size battle with who's got the bigger ding dong per se, and get down to the real deal and deal with this, okay? Because that's what this has turned into. Yes, sir. That's correct. Thank you, Jeff. There's the cup there. And there. It looks like this table may have been cleared off. And this stuff was moved over here because there's the sanitizer, there's the cup, and it was moved over here. Yep, I agree with that, Joel. The plant being knocked over definitely grabs your attention. Exactly. They move things all over the place, is what I was thinking. And you can see in this picture back here that there's an evidence marker. Okay. Well, I can agree with you on that, Dolphin. I've always told you guys I thought this started in the kitchen. I really felt that way. I always have. Okay. I don't believe the kids were in bed. I know they weren't sleeping. And I've always felt that this started in the kitchen and moved from the kitchen towards the living room area. And so on and so forth. Thank you, Jeff. Possibly into Xana's room. The other two girls, I think, ran upstairs and were chased down. And they were caught, before it was too late, obviously. But 1 second, buddy. BJ Cantillano, good to have you here. Hold on a second, guys. Sorry. The thing always takes so long to work. Sorry. Beyond says, I completely agree about the blood splatter in the kitchen cabinet. I think it all started in the kitchen. I'm just telling you, I do shoot the thing around. Thank you very much, Jeff, for the super chat. The plant was knocked over. Then it was, so who knocked it over while processing the scene? Look at all the garbage on the table. Right. It looks like they moved a lot of stuff off the table at some point. That's what I was always thinking. And law enforcement was definitely sloppy with this. I agree with that too. Dan says maybe started in the kitchen around 3 a.m. or earlier. I can agree with you on that, sir. That's kind of my thought. And if you take what Sleuthy just showed us and go backwards with that, that fits. The first timeline fits, in my opinion. That's why I wanted to talk about this today, because then it makes this theory that she put out there absolutely. I was just like, wow, this is great. And again, it is really good, Sleuthy. Thank you so much for putting this out. I knew yesterday immediately what I was going to be talking about today because it blew my mind in a sense. It really did. Excuse me, guys. I will be right back. I'm sorry that we don't have anyone here to hold up the thing, but we'll return here just in one moment, folks. I got to use the little boy's room. Thank you. Be right back. Right on back. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I believe it is Stevie, along with the hand sanitizer. Welcome, Jules Merck. Good to see you. Notice the jib bag has been opened. The seal is broken now. Think 4 a.m. delivery, swallowed and unalived in 9 minutes. No way. Times are wrong, folks. Just shows you right. Exactly. That's why I believe that the first timeline is the right timeline, in my opinion. I have for a long time. I really have. I'm lost on the plants. What plants knocked over? This one right here. See how the dirt's laying there? Mandy Joe, right there on the counter. It was knocked over and sat back up. That could have been from forensics. That could have been from beforehand. Who knows? You know, if there was a struggle that went on in the kitchen, it could have been from that. Thank you, B. Or it could have just been from something being moved around, because there's a lot of stuff there. You guys see that from law enforcement. But, you know, if you look at it, you got to figure it out. Based on, it could have been a struggle in the kitchen, knocked that plant over, guys, and somebody sat it back up, and, you know, so on and so forth. Absolutely, Willow. I do agree. Thank you, Miss Brandy. Appreciate that. I do agree. That's why I wanted to bring this to you guys. For those of you that may not have seen this, it just really kind of blew my mind when she went back to the original timeline. These things make sense, guys. They really do. They make sense in a couple ways, and I had to think about it all night. I couldn't wait to come in here and talk to you guys about this, because I want your guys' thoughts on it as well. And I'm glad you jumped in too, Sleuthy, because it's absolutely, it's perfect. You know what I mean? It does make a lot of sense. And here's the thing with this, folks. The problem is this makes more sense than anything else we've seen at this point, because and I feel like they don't want it to for us. You know what I mean? I really feel that way, that they didn't want us to figure something like this out, because it changes everything up. That's why the timeline was changed, in my opinion. Just like the whole scenario that Lana had brought up, which is another thing I wanted to talk about in a sense too. You know, but this one was the big one for me. This really made a lot of sense to me. Like I said, if you want to jump up here, Sleuthy, you're welcome anytime, hon. Just let me know, and I'll put the link down for you again. That was my point right there, Leah, and I want you guys to understand that. Okay, Kate, I will pull that up here in a second. I want you guys to understand that's why I've always followed that timeline. The calls stopped to Jack around 3 a.m. Why? If they were still up and moving around at 4 a.m. doing whatever they were doing, which I'm sure they were, why didn't they keep calling him? They obviously needed to get a hold of him for a reason, but they stopped at 3. Why? In fact, I believe they stopped at what, 256, 258? Right around there, 252, something like that. I think it was in that real. That's why I feel like that timeline is the right timeline, you guys. And I have, like, for a long, long time. And that it just flows right into what Sleuthy put up. I really feel strong about that, guys. I really do. And this is a theory. This isn't factual. This is 100% speculation, folks, but it does make so much sense. It really does. And I definitely commend you on this one, Sleuthy. This took a little bit of thought, you know, and she put it in there, guys. She did the hard work on this. It's a good point, Kendra. Kendra says that, or someone used their phones to throw things off. That's possible too. The cops originally said 3 to 4 a.m. Payne moved it to fit BK, same as the FBI forensics expert changed the launcher from 11 to 13 to it could be 14 to 16 as well. Amen to that one, commercial. This is what I'm saying, guys. This is exactly what I'm saying. You got to think about it. Yeah. Leah, why the heck did he race over the next morning? Maybe he got an alert. Maybe somebody messaged something in one of the groups that he was part of, and he was like, "What the hell? I just delivered food there that last night." And wanted to go see what the hell was going on. Everybody was getting here. I need more of that. Thank you. Everybody was getting alerted at 8:30 in the morning based on what we were told. Okay. Maybe he was in one of these group chats with somebody, or maybe somebody knew him that got an alert from themselves and said, yo, dude, like, these kids were killed over here, and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, where at? And they said, over here on King Drive and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, wait a minute. I just delivered food there last night. What the hell? And, wanted to go check it out based on his educational background. I'm sure he shows an interest in it. That could make sense. Very short drive. Yes. Okay, Jeff. 1 second, buddy. 1 second. Back up with this one. Oh, yeah. Again. Huh. Thank you, sir. And thank you, Heather. Same colander in both pics, too. There it is there, and there it is there. So, yeah, they moved these things, guys. These things were moved around. Miss Vicky, thank you so very much for that. I got to get this straightened out. Here. Okay. Cha-ching. And I didn't have any verification at some point, or for whatever reason I couldn't remember it, that Payne had interviewed him, and that's good to know. He came back to see what the hell was happening. Like I said, that he just if we're gonna go with what Sleuthy has said, I'm leaving it at that at this moment. For him to come back at 9 a.m, he may have gotten messaged from somebody, or got a message from somebody that else that got a message, because there was kids getting messages over in Washington as well, guys, in Pullman. I don't need these. So somebody may have gotten that message and said to him, like, dude, this happened here, or heard it through the grapevine or something, and he bolted over there because he knew he delivered food there that night, per se. Maybe that was the deal. Maybe that's why. You know what I'm saying? It's just part of the theory, guys. Are you busy today, Jules? Did you want to jump up here? Or are you, you're always busy. I'm sure you're busy. It's okay. Let's see here. Jules says, come on, folks. Let's all think. We go with Sleuthy's theory, but where is Dylan? How does she see the bushes? Bushy. Oh, the eyebrow. Okay, here's the thing. I received an email. I wasn't going to really bring this up. Okay. Oh, okay. Come on up, Jules. Always love having you up here to hear your insight on this. And again, like I said, Sleuthy, if you're still in here, you're welcome up here too, hon. The link's in chat, Jules. So here's the thing. Somebody had sent me an email that came from somebody that stated something as anonymous. Okay. That there were certain people at that house. Certain people that we haven't really talked about. And I'm not saying that it's true, folks. I'm not saying I believe that it's true. I'm just telling you that I've gotten an email stating that, hello? Can you hear me? I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can.
Whoa. Hey, ooh, am I loud? Ooh.
You were at first, just because I blasted out because I couldn't hear you. That's my fault. Sorry. Welcome.
Sorry.
You're all right. Good to have you here, as always. So the email stated to me that there were certain people there, okay? And it was also put down that Dylan left with Quinn at 3 a.m. in that email. I'm not saying this is fact, folks. There's a lot of different things going around, but the email was sent to me about a certain people being in that house, and they're claiming that these people are the people that did this, and there is 4 of them, okay? I'm not going to put their names out, but it's stated that Dylan left at 3 a.m. with Quinn and that Bethany stayed there. That could make sense in some senses. I'm not saying it's a fact. I'm not saying that that's what I believe. All I'm saying is I've had so many things thrown at me, but at the same time, and you know, and Sleuthy's theory is just that, folks, a theory. Okay. Green sweater guy, white guy. Okay.
I mean, I know there's been a lot of questions around both of the roommates' timelines. And I know a lot of people, I mean, wasn't it Enan that mentioned seeing a truck that people think was Quinn's?
Yep.
Yeah.
That could very well make sense as well.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many different possibilities to this. This is why it's so frustrating.
Every time you look, there's a different angle. Every time. It's insanity.
And it's also crazy that, because wasn't Quinn Kelly like telling everyone that he hadn't even been there to visit her, like ever? Wasn't that his original stories, that he's never been to Moscow?
Sure was. And then
how do you just not go see your girlfriend ever? She's been living there for how long? That didn't make sense at all. He didn't live that far away.
Yeah, right. And that was hard for me to believe too, because other people had claimed to have seen him with her there. So
yeah, it didn't make a lot of sense.
And yeah, that could make sense too, Lisa. You're right, because, well, let's just say, for instance, Dylan did leave with Quinn. We saw that black truck around that period of time going by. That could have been his truck going by the Banfield there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, these things can't all be just knocked out of the park and say forget about it. There's so many things we don't know that we can't say no to.
Mm-hmm. Because see, there's people that think that that's a possibility with Dylan, but then there's also people that think that there's a similar possibility with Bethany being the one that left.
Right.
I mean, right. And it's totally possible. I mean, it's not like they had to do everything in unison. They had their own lives. They all did.
Right.
So just because they, showed up at the house at 1 o'clock in the morning or whatever time they're claiming the 2 roommates got home, doesn't mean they didn't have plans to leave again after that. I mean, it's very possible. We don't really know. But that's also what's so strange, because I don't understand why so much of their timeline is being hidden. Because, like, we only even know about Bethany being at the party because the 2 victims were at the same party. If they weren't there, we wouldn't even know that part about Bethany.
That's a fact.
And it's weird.
Beyond weird. I agree. Affidavit states that Dylan originally went to sleep in her bedroom on 2nd floor. So, right. Where did she end up going to sleep? I don't think she went to sleep. That's my problem. I think they were all awake. I really do.
Yeah, because for her to hear people literally just speaking, because you're not screaming like certain things that she's hearing, she had to have been coherent to hear regular speech at certain points. Plus, of course, everything that we know actually would have made noise in that house.
Let's go based on the fact that, let's go with the PCA. As much as I hate to say that, I don't like reading fiction, but whatever. Just saying. I'm just saying.
But in order for it to make sense to the people that doubt the reason we do this, you have to reference those legal documents for the reason why we have issues. You have no choice.
That's a fact. That's why we do these think tanks. Okay. From what I understand, yes, Kate, Quinn has a truck. He tweeted after the murders that he has an old beater car, and that's why he never drove to Moscow. Well, gee, I'd say that too if I didn't want people to know that I was there. Just saying.
Yeah.
I'm getting that right now, guys. Rose sent me a picture. I got it. Give me 1 second. Jeff, thank you. I emailed you a new 360 of the 1122 house tour. Now has night view of Dylan point of view and Brian point of view. Yeah, I did. I pulled that one up, Jeff. Lights on and lights off. We did that. But thank you, sir. I can check it out either way. Okay, 1 second.
Can I mention something?
That's why you're here, my dear.
Okay.
You can I believe
I can't remember her name correctly. I believe it's like Sleuthy Mom or something like that. She posted a link to an Apple podcast.
Okay.
Somebody who did I'll go back and find it because I listened to it, so I know it's in my history. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
But in there, it goes back to one of the theories about how maybe Kaylee knew something and was trying to do something about what she knew.
Mhm.
Because in this interview that this podcast lady did, the friends of Kaylee are talking about how Kaylee would be like, Kaylee Gonsalves, FBI. Like she wanted to be a freaking FBI agent, like
Yep.
very specifically.
Yep.
And just, I'm pretty positive I've heard that before, but for some reason, hearing it the way that they were describing how she would just be so matter of fact about it, and it was like a super goal of hers, it really does make you wonder if maybe she really did know something that led to this, because her indecisiveness to go back that weekend
Right.
has always been strange to me. And I don't know how early on Dylan would have invited her to this party. I don't know the details of that. I just know she was supposed to be her +1. But if that was already something that she had an obligation to do and she was still having issues with if she wanted to actually go back or not, that's kind of, it's an interesting, it's just an interesting detail.
It is very much so. Very much so. Once I get it all together, Jeff, I will. I'm working on putting pricing and all that stuff together, buddy. I appreciate that too. Yeah, it's been stated more than once that, you know, Dylan wanted Kaylee to be the +1. Thank you again, Jeff. And that she was not positive she wanted to do that. Why? Because I don't think that Kaylee and Dylan were as close.
Hey, I got to make a call real quick. I'll be right back.
You do your thing, dear. 1 second, folks. Okay. All right, I got this message. Thank you for the Kathy Clendenin thing. Okay, you sent me this picture, Rose. I think it was. Right? Who are we looking at here, Rose? Again, thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that, buddy. This is a picture that was texted to me? Does anybody know who that is? Thank you, Angela. You're part of that too. Welcome, Dory. No clue. I'm not sure I do either. Rose, do you know who that is? It is a guy. No, I don't think that's David Loach, Bonnie. I think David Loach had darker hair. I remember seeing him. I'm sorry, Evie. It was texted to my phone, so I can't. That's the one. He also matched the description of the guy. The guy they found in Clearwater River, deceased. That he matches the description with the beard, the reddish hair. Yeah. He doesn't look like a student. He looks a little bit older than that. There's Mama Bear. Good to see you. Are you ready to come up yet, ma'am, or no? Anna V said he looks familiar. He kind of does, but I'm not sure how. I don't think I did, Ruben. I don't think I did commercial. It's a good point, Sarah. Very good. Very good point. Yeah, it kind of is, Mandy. Beard needs to be a little longer. Yeah, I'll be on a little bit longer. Yeah, I got a little bit longer to go. And I'll be bringing it down. The link's in chat, hon. Come on down. I'm sure everybody wants to see you anyway. We got a little bit longer to go. But something I will bring this up real quick, too. And again, thank you, Sleuthy, for letting us talk about that today, because it was something, it was a great theory, guys. It really is. And I'm still not 100% positive either way with it, but it's a very interesting scenario. Oh, I agree with that, Catherine. I said before that Dylan does not fit in that circle, in my opinion. She doesn't seem like she fits with that group. You know what I mean? Yeah, we got a ways to go yet, guys. Yeah, no, I know what you're saying, Rose. Thank you for that. Yeah, that's where that happened. The Identity Apartments, Willow. What was his name? Hayden Villa sold a sign with the guy. Well, he didn't do it, but the guy with him did, yeah. Hayden Villa was the guy's name with the long hair and the sweater on. I agree, KP. The 4chan affected me in a way that I didn't expect it to. Mm-hmm. And she's very tall, Mandy. Come on down, Mama Bear. Jules is on a phone call right now, guys. I'll be right back. So, while we're waiting, 600 amazing people in here, guys. Thank you so much. Lana put up another very interesting video, okay? And she's talking about Officer Payne identifying Maddie and Kaylee without knowing who the hell they were. It was quite interesting to me to think about the way she did it. Yeah, I agree, commercial. I talked about that from the beginning, that Dylan just did not fit with that group. They just didn't fit together, okay? And I feel like that picture where they all took together was just off. I really do. Could be the guy in the back of Bailey's DUI stop. Well, it could be, Willow. Could be. In one of your previous videos, Dago, you said you thought the car was a Kia Forte. I said it looked like it could be, absolutely. Kia Forte parked in front of IT guy's house. Oh, really, Tiff? Do you have that? Do you have a picture of it? By any chance? Come on down, Mama Bear. That's interesting. Thank you for that, Tiffany. I'd like to see that. Surely they ran a check. I'm sure they did, Vicky. Right, Rumsey? Right. Rumsey, good to see you, by the way. Adam and E Proton. They're talking about a Buster Brown haircut. David Clayton says, whose idea was it to take those last photos together? Was it Dylan? I don't know. It's a good question, though. Right, DJ. Were those pictures taken on purpose to make it look like everybody was a happy family? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. The Halloween pictures showed some hints of awkwardness between the girls, in my opinion. I can agree. I'm telling you, I told Mama Bear, too, if she'd jump up here, she can tell you. I've always felt like Dylan did not fit in with the rest of that group. There was just something about the two types of kids that they were. Absolutely, Rumsey. Thank you for being here. Mm-hmm. Okay, commercial. Thank you. Very well could be, Carolyn. That's true, too. What are we talking about, Don? All right, where is DM's dad as a prosecutor? Oh, there she comes. Hello.
Hello. Hi. Sorry.
Oh, look, Mama Bear moved, guys. She's got a nice new house behind her. How about that?
I know. Look. Isn't that awesome?
Mm-hmm.
Then as soon as I got ready to click it, I heard my husband and the dog come downstairs, and I was like, crap, gotta hold on a minute.
It's okay. You're all good. Green Eyes, welcome. Good to see you. So, welcome back. We haven't seen you in a few days. It's good to have you here.
Yeah.
Busy.
A few days.
Jules
I really
is
don't count Friday. That was just like a, yeah.
I get it. Jules is up here too. She's on a call right now, but she's up here too. We were talking about Sleuthy put up a video yesterday or the day before about a theory she had that if Brian, the timeline has to change first of all, but that being said, if Brian was the DoorDash driver, basically about, that's what the turnarounds were about with the car. Then he stops and knocks on the door multiple times till finally Bethany answers the door, takes the bag from him, shuts the door, he gets in his car and he leaves. She witnesses him leave. Okay. And that is where the transfer DNA possibly came from. He had the bag in his hand. She takes the bag for him, walks up the stairs, calls out Xana's name, sets it on the banister there. And then this all goes down because she never walked all the way upstairs. She didn't see anything from the first floor. Xana didn't answer because what the deal was that the killers were already there and had already dealt with the scenario. Okay. So the police come in. They walk in the front door, up the stairs. They see the bag. They grab the bag. Then they keep going up to the third floor, and they find the girls, the sheath. They touch the sheath. That's where the transfer comes from the bag to the sheath. And there's quite a bit more with it, but it makes a lot of sense. I was really impressed with it. It really was. It had me thinking all night about this.
Absolutely. It's interesting.
It definitely is. And we don't all have to agree with Sleuthy. That's, it's just a theory, folks. I'm just saying, I'm not saying that I think that that's exactly what happened either. I'm just saying it's definitely an interesting theory and it makes some sense. And that's what we're looking to find, guys, is something that makes sense. We haven't had anything that makes any sense. And you know what I mean? At all. So it's a bit of a problem. And like I said, with Lana's new videos that she put up, she's talking about how Payne identified Maddie and Kaylee without even knowing who they were. If you watch it, it was like, whoa, okay, yeah, I get that to an extent. Like, how did you know who that was? Were you told beforehand? But like, they go in and you know, he identifies it. Welcome back, Jules. And it's like, it's just stuff to think about, guys. Is all I'm saying. You know, how did he identify them without knowing who they were? It's a good point. I was just like, oh, okay, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Mama.
I thought they found the
Jules.
DoorDash driver. They say that they did. They said that but nobody has ever completely cleared the DoorDash driver. That's the problem. Nobody of importance has cleared the DoorDash driver, I should say. It was a very interesting theory. While you're up here, I'm going to reintroduce what we're doing for the rest of the week, because you probably won't be here for a lot of it, sadly. But
I should be at least maybe Thursday.
okay. Well, tomorrow, guys, we're revisiting, I should say. And I'd love to have you all here for these things too. Again, we're revisiting the Nicola Bully case over in the UK. Because I'm not happy with how that was left, and there's more things that have come out on it that I would really want to look into. Also, sometime this week, we're going to do this again where I do last week. I give everybody a chance to come up here and say their piece, their opinion, their theory, whatever it is, because I think that worked out very well. I think you guys liked that, and I liked it because I like hearing from you guys. And then either Wednesday or Thursday, I do believe we're going to jump into the Flora Four from Flora, Indiana. As I said, it's just such a horrific case that and I can't believe there's nothing that's been done with it at this point.
Yeah, I've never heard of that until you started talking about it earlier.
I watched it last night on another channel. It was brought up on Evil CJ's channel, and I was completely and totally disgusted with it. I could not believe.
Yeah, it sounds real messed up.
It is disgusting. I mean, disgusting. The fact that they removed the kids from the house without the coroner even being there, and then they take them to the fire station and lay them on the floor in the fire station. Like, what?
Yeah, that's not normal.
Not at all. The fact that the fire station is 35 seconds. It was timed last night from the house that was on fire. That the fire department had to come there, never pulled a hose to put the fire out, stood on the porch waiting while a police officer goes in with a mask on, no protective gear. He gets burnt in smoke inhalation trying to save these kids. Another police officer goes in and gets him and pulls him out. So EMS works on those two while they're still letting the kids in the house stay in the house. Like, well, what the hell's going on here? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all.
None at all. I mean, I experienced
None
these
whatsoever.
That's not how we do things, guys. You don't do things like that. This is a volunteer department. I get it. And tones were dropped for the fire department. The police officer showed up when it came across the 911. Oh, the big one is that the 911 call is sealed. How about that?
Wow. Wow.
Yep.
I'll see
The fire chief and fire inspector resigned not too long after this, too. How about that?
Yeah, those are convenient.
Mm-hmm. And
anytime somebody of importance resigns in anything like that, you know it's a sign of something.
Oh, my God, yes. And the person that called 911 called the homeowner first. The house is on fire, so they call the homeowner, not 911, because there's a fire there's 4 kids in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, there were 7 people living in this house. It was a duplex, up and down duplex. The mother and the 4 children lived downstairs, except for one bedroom that was allowed to that part for them to have for the kids. There were 2 bunk beds in that room. And then the mother had her bedroom on the first floor. Okay. Or not? No, not in Moscow, guys. I'm talking about the other case we're talking about for Flora, Indiana, that we're going to be doing Wednesday or Thursday. And there's just so much about it that's wrong, and it's never been dealt with. It seems like it was allowed to go cold on purpose to me. Well,
What year did it happen?
2016. That's way too long for this to be like it is.
Yeah.
What's up, Sentinel? So we're going back to that one, and I'm going to make a lot of noise on that. I'm going to be contacting the governor's office first, I think. The homeowner was on city council, said that he had tried to fix faulty electrical outlets with the stove and the fridge. And it's funny because the burn patterns shows it was an arson. It was proved to be an arson. The burn patterns in the kitchen show the worst part of the burn was around the stove and the refrigerator, conveniently. It really has me hot. It really does, guys. I'm telling you right now. I am so pissed off about this one. So we're doing that this week for sure. And like I said, will appreciate your guys' support with this one. And I think that we can get something done on this because I'm a big mouth and I don't shut up. And I'm not going to on something like this until something is said or done about it. Like I said, I'm calling the governor's office to start with. And I'm going to ask him, like, well, why is this still cold? What's the deal? If you know it's an arson, why is there nobody in custody with this? If you know it's an arson, you know what I'm saying?
Well, not just that. Even if they know it's an arson, what is their excuse for people just standing outside and doing nothing while children are inside the house? Volunteer or not, you know what you're getting yourself into. There's no excuse for that at all.
Thank you. Why did the sheriff's deputy come to the house with the 911 call being dropped, the tones being dropped for volunteer services? He shows up at the house and you can hear him running around screaming, listening to people scream. He jumps back into his police car and drives to the fire station 35 seconds away. He turned 2 streets and he was there. And you watch on his dash cam as he jumps out of his car and you can hear him run into the fire station and go, hey, we got to roll. There's people in this house. Let's go. And the guy in this fire station sounds irritated, like, really? Really? The guy comes back out, jumps in his car, and races back to the station or back to the scene. At that point, I believe it was said to me that Delphi showed up before Flora did. Delphi is 5 minutes the other direction. Flora didn't even show up. Maybe it was because it's a volunteer station and there was only one person on station. I don't care. They should have automatically got on the radio and called for mutual aid right there. It didn't happen from what I understand, okay? It's a mess, guys. A huge mess. And I watched this, and I've done this experience-wise. I know what you do. As a truck is pulling up to this, you're dropping a hose. As there's a guy jumping off to hook it up to a fire hydrant to get rolling with the hose, right? I watched the dash cam video for 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes. No hose is pulled. And the fire's just growing from the back of the house to the middle of the house to the front of the house. And then the front window gets busted out and there's a flashover with a backdraft and the whole fire comes out the front window and it engulfs the entire house. That could have been stopped in the kitchen if they'd have done what they were supposed to do. Meanwhile, there's 4 babies upstairs. And like I said, based on the pictures I have, that we're going to all look at all this, guys. I'm going to show you everything. It looks to me like the babies passed from smoke inhalation, thank God, and not fire, okay? Which basically means they just slept and did not wake back up. There was no burn, and that's the worst part of this. So that's why we're covering this. I can't hear you, Mama Bear. You're muted.
Yep, I was.
There you go.
It's an hour and 20 minutes from my house, and it's a straight north shot on I-75.
Okay.
That's
Thank
easy.
you for joining us, Jules. I appreciate that. I can move that too.
Hi, Brian. Hi, guys.
It's okay, Jules. No problem. It's not going to be a joke either, because I am not going to relent on this. I'm going to keep going and going and going until something happens with this. It's insanely ridiculous that it's been this long with no answers for this mother. None. The mother says that she believes that it may have been race driven. At this point, I can agree with her. There's no other reason for this. And if that's the case, God help whoever did this. That's all I can say. These are the people that I'd like to be left alone in a room with 5 minutes. That's all I need is 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So we're doing that this week too, guys. That we're going back to revisit Nicola Bully, and we will be back on this again in the week to do the what is it called? The open panel, open discussion for you guys to voice your opinions. So yeah, we're doing that. We're going to be busy this week. That's for sure. That is for sure. And we will definitely keep up with this case, guys. We're not going to lose touch on this. I promise you. We're going right back to it like we always do. 5 minutes with a phone book. I don't even need a phone book, Danielle. I just need my 2 hands. That's all I needed. Somebody like this, I will destroy somebody like that. It would be nice to discuss clean technology, etc. Yeah, absolutely, Dolphin. We can do that this week as well. Believe me, we're going to work this back in here too with the couple other things we're doing. So don't get distracted. Don't get disheartened. We're coming right back to what we're doing too. I promise you that. But we do have to put some attention on some of this other stuff. It really needs to be looked at in a bad way, especially the Flora case. Nikki's case, I just want to reactivate that and warm it up again, because the answers that they gave us on Nicola Bully's case are a joke. Okay. So we can't let it rest. I know that we're way over here and they're way over there, but we have a lot of people from way over there that are in here too. And they deserve the true justice just as much. So does she. And so do her 2 beautiful daughters that no longer have a mother. I'm sorry. I absolutely believe that. And again, yes, Miss Heather, I'm excited for this. Join us tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, guys, as I share the true story behind the movie Goodfellas. Hey, it's a good one. Forget about it.
Goodfellas. I like that.
Oh, yeah, it's one of my favorite movies.
Mm-hmm.
It is one of my favorite movies, of course. Joe Pesci, Robert De Niro. I always forget his name, too. The guy that he had all the pock marks in his face. What is his name? Ray Liotta.
There you go. I do too. Like, I know him, but I can never remember his name.
I don't know why. He just passed away like a year ago or 2 years ago, I think. But yeah. Right. And that's it, Charlotte. We need to do that every now and again and take a break from this. And then we can come back in a couple days and go, okay, what's new? Because there's always something new. And even what's not new, we can look back at it and go, oh, okay, I didn't see that. I didn't think about that. And I think it's really, really, really interesting the way that Sleuthy set that up. It's a great video, folks. And it gives you the option to think, about other things, that aren't talked about. So if you want to see the whole thing without me showing it to you, go check it out. Go check out Truth and Transparency if you want to. Lana's video about Officer Payne identifying the.
Hey, dude, you gotta wake up.
Identifying the bodies. That's a very interesting video as well, guys. Please check it out if you would. And again, like I said, I've jumped on over at Evil CJ a few times, as a lot of you guys have seen, and we talked about these other cases, and that's where I learned about the Flora case. I didn't even know about it, to be honest with you. It blew my mind. And you live right there, so.
Yeah. I'm sure they probably kept it under wraps. They probably didn't make a big deal out of it.
And there's stuff on the news about it, but you can't, like I said, the 911 call is even sealed. How about that?
Yeah. That's interesting. I don't know why that would be sealed.
Well, that tells its own story to me.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? And like I said, the fact that the coroner never showed up in time and they moved the kids' bodies to the firehouse and in the bags and left them on the floor tells me, plus, I mean, that's all, anything that was evidence wise has been contaminated now.
Oh yeah.
Okay. The scene is contaminated and that's just a mess. It's a complete mess. The whole thing. Thank you, Heather. There's a link for those of you that do not have it for Truth to Transparency. Check out Lana's video as well. It's kind of crazy. It really is a beautiful test scenario. You got an ultra sensitive microphone, don't you?
I do. It's my headphones, I think.
Yes. Sounds like you're building a house over there, just typing on the keyboard. So did you learn everything you had to learn at work today? You're muted again. Or did I turn you down? Hold on. What'd you say? Yeah, you're muted.
That's not my headphones mic. It's
There you
go. Mic.
I can hear you.
I muted one to see which one it was. We're gonna do some more tomorrow when I actually work. So she didn't want to take up my whole day. It's like, okay,
Tell her thank you for allowing us to have you back.
right?
You don't even have to thank me, Casey. I'm just doing what's right. It's insanity, and there's just so much crazy shit going on right now. It's crazy.
Sorry, guys, for my super loud typing.
Oh, it's okay.
Heather said that's super loud.
Somebody said it sounds like a horse track. She has a super sensitive mic. It was loud though. I was like, "What the heck?"
Let me see.
I realized you were typing.
I've only got the volume on 4.
Super sensitive mic.
Yeah, it's a
How's the
J-Lab.
dog
I don't know
doing?
anything about him. Do what?
How's the dog doing?
Good, really good.
Good to hear.
Yeah, he's a really good dog. Really good.
Has he calmed down completely now?
As much as a 6-month-old dog will calm down.
Good deal.
He's pretty calm. He has his moments where he gets his burst of energy. I need to video. I know this is going to sound so wrong. When he goes to the bathroom outside, he has like this little dance that he does after he goes. And it is absolutely hilarious.
All right.
He does like this double jump back and then turns around, and then it's hilarious.
So he gets excited when he uses the bathroom.
Apparently.
I can do that. I've gotten excited when I use the bathroom sometimes too. I understand.
Oh, it's hilarious though. I'll have to share it with you.
Yeah, animals crack me up the way they do certain things. Like when they cover their stuff up when they use the litter box, the cats, and then hide their food when they're trying to do that with their paw. And it's like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah. My cats are the opposite. They scratch and dig in the litter box on everything but cover up their stuff.
Right.
Like, what are you doing?
Exactly.
We got special animals.
Good to see you, B. Franklin. Thanks for joining us. Shelly Hawken, Toronto, Ontario. Good to have you here. Patricia Jean, welcome. Good to see you as well. Laurel, Dan, all you guys, thanks for joining us. I'm so looking. Let me see here. DoorDash delivery time random, especially considering that late hour when ordered. The person placing the order may have to wait long period of time before receiving it. It does happen sometimes. Yeah, I know that for a fact. Judith Arrington, good to have you here.
Yeah, it's a green screen, guys. My husband's behind me.
Oh, that's her new house, folks. This is what YouTube does for you.
Yep.
Now, wouldn't that be nice? Shit.
And a part-time job. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See my grand piano? Isn't it beautiful?
Fireplace, all that. Nice furniture, wonderful carpet. I love it. Thank you so much, Stacy. Good to have you here. Everybody wanted to say I totally agree with Sleuth's new theory. And that's good. I mean, you can't absolutely. It makes sense, folks. I'm not saying you have to agree, and that I even agree. All I'm saying is it gave me something to think about that I did not think about before. Thank you, Casey. I appreciate that very much. Again, guys, if you would, please leave me some DNA.
Yeah, Dolphin. I keep trying to move so that, he stays blocked, but he doesn't care. But yeah, not yet.
Right. Let's see here.
I know, Patty, right? Isn't that awesome? If you saw my actual piano, which is actually our actual piano we got free. And it's really nice, though. Wow, V, that's awesome. I don't have the room for a grand piano.
I don't think any of us do.
Right.
Somebody says Drip Drop put that out a while ago too, and again recently give his vids to watch too. Oh yeah, Crime Circus. He's got some interesting theories over there, guys. Check it out if you've not seen any of it. He's a little different.
Heather. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's got some interesting theories over there, guys, for sure. He does things a little different, the makeup thing he does, but it makes him, different. And we do our own things. One second.
Who's Drip Drop? I've never heard of Drip Drop. Is that the clown circus?
Crime Circus, yeah. He wears things on his eyes.
I was like, wait a minute. Once I said it out loud, I was like, Drip. Oh, wait, okay.
Right, Amy. It is, definitely. And again, thank you, Sleuthy, for putting that out. It was very interesting. So, yeah, guys, if you haven't checked it out if you have time to watch it from now till tonight, check out the movie Goodfellas. It's a great movie. I'm telling the true story behind it because it's based on a true story. A very interesting true story, believe it or not. And that's what we're covering tonight. Again, it's giving us a little break away from this. And tomorrow we're jumping into, like I said, a case in the UK about a lovely lady that's passed on by the name of Nicola Bulley. I feel that there is wow.
My typing really threw you off, didn't it?
No, I'm trying to think. What the hell is it called when you I can't believe I can't think today. Okay, I think somebody did something to her. I'll just put it that way because I can't come up with the damn right words for it. So my apologies.
Somebody unalived her?
Yeah, there's that, but there's a words for that when something's involved. Foul play. There we go.
There you go. Good job.
Yeah, I think there's foul play. Why couldn't I say that? That's so ridiculous. I think there's foul play involved for sure. Because we covered, how long did we cover that case, Mama Bear? I think it was beginning to end, really.
Yeah.
And the end result in it, guys, was that it was an accident, basically, or somehow or another, she met her demise via an accident. She fell in the river. They pushed that whole theory about her falling in the river from day one, and from day one, I said she didn't. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. And you'll guys, for those of you that aren't familiar with it, you'll see tomorrow why we believe that. Mama Bear's on the same page as I am with that too. None of us believed at all that she fell in the river or was pushed in the river. She has a dog, first of all, that is attached to her. Okay, the dog's name's Willow. They were attached at the hip, folks. And some of you guys have relationships with your animals like that. You understand what I mean. if you have a dog that's like that or an animal that's like that, and you were to jump into a riverbed, is your dog going to not follow you or at least chase you and go nuts in that area?
Mm-hmm.
It can happen like that. So,
Is it closed or they still? It's still under
I
investigation.
don't know if it's closed. Pamela, are you still in here? And if you are, is that case closed? Because I think it's still open. In
That's what I
some
thought
sense,
too.
they're saying that the yeah, they ruled the accidental death. She got tied in the reeds. No, because I have factual information to prove that something could have happened to where she was put in there 24 hours before they found her. So it's quite interesting, guys, and we're definitely going to be looking at it. Yeah, June 26th.
The inquest is
The inquest, and we'll be going back to that as well. I'm just kind of building you guys up to that at this point, and we're gonna take a hard look at it, folks, and bring it back to life a little bit. That way, when the inquest hits, we'll be ready for it. You guys can all be here with me. And then, like I said,
where is? Just
sorry.
thinking, where's Pamela and
She was in here earlier.
Transporter and who else was?
Pamela was in here earlier.
Was she?
Yeah.
All the others that were here during that case.
They'll probably come back when they see it go up on the title.
Yeah.
Kara says, I believe that the weapons used in Idaho were old-fashioned style. It's very possible. She wasn't seen once on CCTV. That's correct, David. I proved that wrong too. Well, we spent how many days did we spend on that? Proving those CCTV photos, like,
I don't know. A lot.
quite a few days. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I can't wait to share that with you guys too and show you the proof. How you can tell that it's not her on that footage. Same thing, Kylie Rodney, but she was found in an area they supposedly, yeah, absolutely. Well, where they found Nikki Bully, they were up and down that river. Professionals were up and down that river multiple times, and she was never seen. The guy even said she's not here.
Mm-hmm.
But then all of a sudden, there she was.
Yeah, that never made sense.
Still doesn't.
All those people up and down the river. I mean, it's not like there was one or two looking for her. We're talking lots of people, and nobody saw her.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, Jules. Yeah, we followed some of what Michelle had to say about it because she was there. Yeah, no, you're right. Last thing we walked that river area.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, she is, and so is Pamela that comes in here. What's the name that she goes by again?
Polly
Popper, something like that. But she lives in Lancashire as well. She's retired Greater Manchester police officer too, and she walks over in that way too. She's the one that I got information from. Yeah, it was a psychic, correct?
I think he might be a little sus too, but I don't know.
Who's that?
The psychic. Didn't he find somebody else or something?
Yeah.
It was something a little fishy sounding anyway.
Well, the one thing that really got me was when I realized when they found her after the distraction that happened the Friday night before, she just happened to appear conveniently. And that river backs right up to somebody else's property. Right up.
Mm-hmm.
Conveniently. The people that I've had issues with the whole time. And we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm kind of excited to move into these other cases for a little bit and get refreshing. You know what I mean? Get refreshed a little bit, I'm saying. Right, Jules, right. Did Dago fall in? No, I didn't fall in.
What?
No idea. Yep. You are right, Fallen Angel. Just a little bit, yeah. You must be way back there because I walked used the bathroom and refilled my cup a while ago. So, all right. Does anybody have any questions, thoughts, theories, opinions, anything about today's talk or anything at all? At all?
Nope, because I wasn't here.
Right. If not, so I'm probably gonna have to bring it down. That way I can get prepared for tonight. Good fellas. Hope you guys are here for that. Well, for those of you, I know not everybody shows up for those, but for the most part, I hope to see a lot of you guys here for that. It's a great story, interesting story, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Gina Marie. Thank you, SRB. Like I said, guys, you don't have to take Sleuthy's theory as fact. It's a theory. It's just something to give you to think about that's a little bit different, is all I'm saying. Yes, sir, Lance.
Jules.
You've never seen that movie? Okay.
Hey,
I don't even know if we can be friends anymore now.
seriously. Jules.
Forget about it. It's a fugazi.
Looks like Tiffany sent you an email.
That's what I'm looking for right now. Thank you. Yeah. Before I do go, I want you guys to remind me if you sent them, because I don't get alerts. It just, I have to get lucky enough to go check it. So I'm checking right now, my dear.
Gina Jules hasn't seen that movie.
Oh, yay. Wow. Okay. Thank you, Tiffany. And where is this located at? There's another car, guys. Cars, just like I said last week. Look at that.
Oh, jeez.
That's a Kia Forte. Tell me that doesn't look a lot like the Elantra.
Mm-hmm.
And that one looks to be silver, maybe, which can still look white.
Yeah. Or even a
Silver or very light gray.
White. Yeah. Light gray.
Mm-hmm. Cars. There's so many of them. David Clayton says the killers left Moscow at 3:45 a.m. I can believe that. I'd only seen Joe Pesci in Lethal Weapon too. That's another. Those are more great movies.
Mm-hmm. MK, we were just talking about that. He's going to cover it Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah, that's what that's exactly what we're covering Thursday or Friday, MK. Yeah, right, BJ. Exactly. There's Heather's channel. If you would, guys, check out Miss Heather's channel, Simply Heather X. And show some love. Okay, that's on Taylor Avenue. Thank you, Tiffany. And thank you, Miss Heather, for that. Again, guys, the channel is 1,000% crowdfunded. Anybody that wants to support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo, there are the links for that. I do appreciate that so very much. That's what keeps me coming to you guys every single day. And if not, I don't get to hang with y'all. And I love hanging with y'all. So,
yeah, and if he's not hanging with y'all, he's driving me crazy. So,
that's a fact.
Right, Molly?
And driving her and Mikey crazy too.
Mm-hmm. She's already been sending me emails, filling my email with the stuff for the Indiana
Flora.
case.
gosh, me too. She's ready to go on that one, like hardcore. I
Yeah.
think she thought we were doing that one tomorrow, and I don't know if I had told them or reminded her that we got to cover Nikki's case too. But Flora's not going to be a one-day thing, folks. So maybe one day this week, but we're going to continuously be going at that until something is done. Dago, do you know what the hell? Do you know what happened with Wandering Girl Nikki? She was abducted. I'm confused. Wandering Orphan Nikki? I don't know. I know what you're talking about with the video where she said she was almost abducted. We haven't seen her in a while. I don't know what's going on. She has a channel she started. I don't know if she's been busy with that or if she's got something else going on.
Yeah. Didn't she just post recently? I thought.
I have no idea.
I don't know either.
She didn't actually get abducted, Gina. She just said that she thought she was going to be in her video. So I don't know what's going on with her, hon. In a couple weeks, I think. I can't get it out of my mind that Dana was not in the room when Ethan got taken, but later walked in and found him and started crying. Could she have been eaten with Bethany? It's very possible, Paula. Anything is possible, dear. Please understand that. She's been in other channels in the last 2 days. Okay, so she's okay.
Yeah, she's got one on here. Levin and the salad, like a day ago. So yesterday. So
Okay.
she's around.
She's
I've been busy.
Absolutely. All right, everyone. Well, once again, guys, thank you so much for what you guys do. I think it's that time again, sadly. We've been up for a minute here. Mama Bear, thanks for jumping back up here.
Absolutely. Glad I got to say hi.
Right. Jules, thank you for jumping up here as well. I appreciate you. You guys are absolutely amazing people. As you all know, I appreciate you guys. 1,010,000%. That didn't even make any sense, but whatever. I love you guys to death, each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for supporting this channel and us. I appreciate any donations anybody has made to support the channel, as always. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys that are going to be there tonight with me, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as we talk about the true story behind Goodfellas. And tomorrow, when we jump into the Nicola Bully case, I appreciate that as well. I hope to see all you guys there for that. You guys have a great rest of your day, Mama Bear. Thank you again. We love you so much.
Absolutely.
And
Miss you guys.
I will see you all so very soon. Don't forget to love yourselves and love each other, guys, because that's all we got. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. I'll talk to you tonight in the chat till I fall asleep.
So for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, probably.
For a good story to fall asleep with. See you guys so very soon. Bye-bye.